Yes, we are indeed on the radio with our countdown to kickoff getting closer and closer to Leominster and Doherty kicking off at 7 o'clock here from Doyle Field in Leominster. 5 minutes to the top of the hour and the coin toss about to begin. Crew chief, as assigned by the Central Mass Board of Football officials, Bill Goslin, will oversee the proceedings tonight. And the teams head toward midfield. Blue Devils team united as one in the memory, of course, of Mr. Sullivan, who passed away. The Sullivan boys are honorary captains tonight as they head out to the coin toss this evening. Coin toss is brought to you by Woodcomb Insurance. You can call them at 978-840-8700 or find Woodcomb Insurance on the web at woodcomb.com. Bill Thomas, this is your time of day. It is coin toss time. Yep, and I'll even turn you on, too. There you go.
I'm looking. We'll have to see here. Second coin toss of the season. Blue Devils got the opening kickoff last week, drove it down the field after Westfield deferred.
For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, we welcome you into our broadcast this evening as well. Leominster and Doherty coming up. We'll have the national anthem for you across our area and ways to, of course, participate on AM 1280, 105.3 FM and streaming live at WPKZstream.com. Leominster TV with us as well, streaming at leominster.tv, as well as on the channels of Comcast and Verizon.
Sully right down there in the middle of everything. Players being explained, the coin.
Well, I'm actually going to step back and adjust. The crew chief, not Bill Goslin, Bob Bonsi, the crew chief this evening. Kate goes up in jubilation, her personal favorite.
Doherty has won the coin toss. They are deferring. Leominster has the option. I'm going to guess they're going to receive the ball, and it looks like Doherty's going to defend the goal to our right.
Indeed they will. That's our coin toss brought to you by Woodcomb Insurance.
And that's the way it plays out. Doherty going to be kicking off to the Blue Devils. Blue Devils going left to right. Let's see if they can't get on the board right away.
At 6:58, you are listening to WPKZ AM 1280 and 105.3 FM Fitchburg. Alongside Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, Todd Robbins for WPKZ in the K-Zone tonight. Leominster and Doherty coming your way next. We'll have kickoff in moments, but first, our first look at a new look. Leominster High School Marching Band will have their first national anthem performance of the 2019 performance season coming up down on the turf at Doyle Field, and we'll have that for you with kickoff to follow. It's Leominster and Doherty, week 2 of action here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. Looking forward to this one.
Now with the call of the game, the voice of the Blue Devils, Todd Robbins.
All right, Bill Thomas, thank you so much. As we get set for action here, Doherty has deferred. They will kick to open this football game. Ball is on the tee, 40-yard line at our right here at historic Doyle Field as we get set for action. Abfer Paibo will do the kicking to open things for Doherty. They will kick from right to left. Wearing the road white tops, white bottoms trimmed in maroon. The gold helmets with the white grills. Classic Doherty Highlander look for Doherty Memorial High School out of Worcester. Paibo sets his line. Waits for the signal to play. And Bob Bonsi says play on. And now
what's going on?
There's a timeout on the field.
All right, we're ready.
And apparently the indication is we are now ready. 12 minutes on the board here at historic Doyle Field. Paibo has now been given the signal to play. He's on the approach, swings the right leg, end over end it goes, and backpedaling to return. The Blue Devils will begin. It's J.V. Rodriguez, and Rodriguez finds a little bit of room. Make it Caden Constant, finds his way to the right sideline, and Constant's on his horse. Only the kicker to catch him, and he's hauled down across the 15-yard line and down around the Doherty 12. Caden Constant On the return, he had to backpedal, falling back, made the catch on the return right around the 10-yard line and brings it about 85 yards from left to right and all the way down inside the Doherty 15-yard line. That's the way the Blue Devils wanted to open the game.
Oh, talk about electrifying, and started running out of gas a little bit. Kicker had a good angle on him, but talk about how to get good positive field position off the opening kickoff. That might teach opposing teams to stop deferring.
We'll get a good look at it here in review from our friends at Leominster TV. You saw the blocks sprung. Caden Constant, he found his way to the numbers and all the way to the sideline, and he was on his horse, and only one man could catch him and bring him down there. It's Luis Herrera. As we return to live action, 1st and 10 Blue Devils from the Doherty 12. Cora the snap, botched the handoff with Dixon, busted play, and into the backfield. The defense will bring them down on the play. It was 89 Tom Murray with the tackle, shot the gap there, and it's a loss of 8 for Leominster. On a 1st down play, Bill Thomas perhaps a little too jacked up.
Yeah, you know, a little miscommunication there in the handoff, not sure maybe going left or right. Dixon didn't quite have it in the breadbasket, but good job for Cora there, watching what was going on, picked it up, tried to make a play out of it. You know, fortunately, he was able to hold on to the ball, turned into about a 7-yard loss. Guess that will go down as a sack maybe, or a fumble recovery. How do you score that?
Go fumble recovery
fumble
for
recovery
sure.
And lost yardage.
2nd down and about 17. This time, Cora keeps it, calling his own number. He'll angle himself across the numbers to the right sideline, tiptoes across the 15 and steps out of bounds at around the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and he gains back about half what was lost on 1st down.
And you saw Doherty doing some scouting. Half the team was following Vashawn Dixon across the left side of the line there. Good ball fake by Cora, and I think we'll see a lot more of that tonight, too.
Exactly 1 minute into this game, play out of bounds. They'll restart the clock on the snap on this one, as you have Cora in the shotgun formation, Dixon to his left. 4 receivers spread evenly across the formation. Anthony Tossi with the snap. Now the handoff for Dixon. Penetrates on the angle toward the 10-yard line. He's hauled down across the 10 at the 9, so found a little bit of room there. Back judge coming in. He's looking for the crew chief, Bob Bonsi. Questions perhaps about the clock, whether that was running as they were signaling toward the board. And now the signal is to run at 10:51 showing on the board. That clock is official here at Doyle Field tonight. And so they are on the winding under 10:45 and counting to play here in quarter number 1. Just about 2 minutes into this one, Leominster with an 85-yard opening kickoff return puts themselves in great field position, trying to capitalize on 4th down.
An electric start, but then all of a sudden kind of sludge at this point in time.
Indeed it is. Pistol formation here. Cora with the handoff for Dixon, trying to run away, but he's in the grass and finally brought down on the play. Josh Brunell had a handful of the back of Dixon's jersey, and he was not gonna let him go. Forward progress there is that very last moment. It looked like Dixon might be able to keep the play alive, and Brunell said absolutely not. 4th down turnover for the Blue Devils, so they're not able to capitalize on that great opening field position.
Yeah, you know, and unfortunately things got set off in motion there for a negative yardage with that botched handoff, but you know, we'll have to see how the field position plays out here. The Blue Devils, you know, it's not all lost here. We'll have to see how the defense holds up. You know, you got to make a stand here. You want to make an early game statement.
So here comes quarterback Noah Callery. He'll start in the shotgun. 1st down and 10, his own 13 going right to left. Back to pass, Callery, the throw, and Cora may have got there a little early, and now here comes a big flag in from the back judge as well. The intended receiver was Brandel Orn.
Back judge got a good arm.
He does, got it in there.
About 20 yards there on that flag toss. See if we have 2 different penalties here.
Pass interference, the initial signal from Bob Bonsi. It's a 15-yard penalty, and the walk-off will result in a 1st down. It is not an automatic 1st down. The 15 yards will give themselves the 1st down as they march this one off across the 20, out of the shadow of the Doherty goal line, across the 25, and they'll mark it down at the 26-yard line, where it will be a Highlander 1st down and 10. Coming right to left. Leominster wearing the home royal blue tops, royal blue bottoms, trimmed in white. Blue Devils on the front chest, white numerals front and back, the classic Leominster white helmet with the metallic royal blue stripe and numerals on the back. Team 125 on the nose guard on the front. On first down, the rollout, Callery floats it into the second level. Pass is caught, going into the boundary. Beautiful reel in there by Jaden Baxter. And it's a Highlander first down out of bounds right around the 39-yard line.
And if Doherty's going to do that all night, I don't care who's out there playing cornerback. They're going to be helpless. But great pitch and catch. I'm still going back to the penalty. I didn't see the signal. I know it was a 15-yard personal foul, but
15-yard pass interference. Here we go on first down. The handoff was Ezra Collins. That ball may have been separated from Collins. On the ground, Leominster believes they have it, and the officials will signal Blue Devil football.
Great job there by the defense, grabbing the ball out, putting a big hit on the ball. We'll have to see on the replay here who got on it.
Collins found some room penetrating up the right numbers, coming from right to left, and somehow got separated from the football, and it was dug out down the bottom of the pile by Leominster. So the teams exchanged turnovers. First down and 10 for Leominster, coming left to right, 9:47 to play in the first quarter, and they've got first and 10 in Highlander territory at the Highlander 47-yard line. Core in a shotgun set, 3 receivers in the formation, 2 open to the right. Delayed give, put this in the hands of Dixon. Dixon sheds an initial defender and then gang tackled and driven back. 4 Highlanders seem to be spying Dixon as wherever he went, that little mob and mass followed him to the right of the formation.
Yeah, and that tells me I think Dixon's got to be the subject of some ball fakes here. We got to loosen up the concentration on Dixon. We saw half the defense follow him on a ball fake in the first possession, and then we're going to have to toss in a little bit more of that offensively, get some misdirection going here, but you can't let the defense center on Dixon.
We'll have a check of the time and temperature after this play. Second down and about 7 to go. Ball across the Highlander 45 at the 44-yard line as Leominster goes left to right out of a gun. Snap, Cora faked the give to Dixon, took it himself straight into the heart of the defense, plunged his way forward, was cut down shy of the 40 at the 41-yard line. And it'll bring up third down and about medium, third down and about 4 to go. Time and temperature brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. Online at acmecarpetone.com. 70 degrees and 10 past 7 on a Friday night, week 2 of action here, September the 20th. On third down and 4, back to pass, Cora with some time now under pressure, rolls out and throws as long of his intended target, Caden Constant, and the pass will fall incomplete and bring up a 4th down and 4.
Yeah, not Cora's strong suit there, rolling away to his weak side to his left, and just overthrow the intended pass receiver out of the backfield there in the flat. Not sure it would have been a first down, but hey, we showed a little offense there, but I think the ground is the way to go, but you got to loosen them up a little bit in the air and be somewhat successful.
Santiago Rodriguez will mark back his distance in punt formation back across midfield. He'll ask for the ball right around his own 45. Good snap to Rodriguez. He'll step up, put a good boot into it. This one will hang. It will hop right around the 23-yard line of the Highlanders and take a Blue Devil left to right bounce across the 20, the 15, and be touched down around the 13-yard line. So Leominster wins the field position exchange. They'll pin Doherty back again. Doherty will have the ball, first and 10, their own 15. Coming from right to left. How about a check of our starting lineup? This, the Leominster defense, brought to you by our friends at Leominster Credit Union. Make your plans happen at LCU. It starts with membership.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, junior, D-tackle.
Mike Simpson, number 52, senior, nose guard.
Joe Conlon, number 72, senior, defensive end.
Miles Bowers, number 2, senior, outside linebacker.
Jack Philbin, 33, junior, inside backer.
Anthony Dossi, number 54, senior, middle linebacker.
Darian O'Brien, 82, senior, linebacker.
Arlie Gillott, number 1, senior, DB.
Liam Curtin, number 5, senior, strong safety.
JC Core, number 6, junior, DB.
John Victor Silva, number 9, senior, linebacker.
On the first down play, Callery, the delay, finds some room up the right side of the numbers with some room across the 25 and cut down just shy of the 30-yard line at about the 29, and a wide open hole for Callery on that play, Bill Thomas.
Some misdirection there, get everybody going left and change to the right side, and only a couple of defenders out there. Good 15-yard pickup calling his own number there off the snap.
And here comes a 1st down and 10 for the Highlanders at their own 30-yard line, coming right to left. Shotgun with 2 backs this time in the snap, and they'll give the handoff to Dan Sheeran. Sheeran dances to his left, now straight forward up the field he goes, cross the 30, down around the 35-yard line, call it a gain of 6, and it looks like it'll be 2nd down and about 4.
You know, we talked about the Doherty passing game, but they're not showing that they're going to be shy about running the game, and that same philosophy. You loosen up the passing game by making a running game be successful. Throw some ball fakes in there, you pull your linebackers up, and the next thing you know, you're over the top.
Already 3 rushers and 1 reception for Doherty, so multiple weapons right off the start.
On 2nd down and 4, Callery back to pass. Flushed out on the run. Bowers was pushing him to his right. The throw through the hands and almost intercepted. Dixon was after the deflected football, could not bring it in. Anthony Franco was the intended receiver for the Highlanders.
Yeah, Miles Bowers out there chasing Callery out there right to the sideline, put a little hit on him at the end, but letting him know he's there, playing right to the sideline. Good job.
7:02 to play in quarter 1, no score. Leominster and Doherty here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV tonight. Happy to have you along with us, alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. Todd Robbins for WPKZ tonight on a beautiful Week 2 Friday night, September the 20th, hanging around 70 degrees right now. What a great night for football.
It's a beauty.
3rd down and 4 from their own 35. The snap for Callery. Callery with some room into the 2nd level, across the 40. He's taken down shy of the 45 at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 10, and more importantly, a Highlander 1st down.
You know, running with his head up and just some nice shifty footwork there at the line of scrimmage, couple of misses, and into the secondary, moving the sticks.
Callery comes in, goes all the way to the sideline to meet Coach Sean Mulcahy and offensive coordinator Terry Wallace over on the far side. Gets the play and then comes back into his huddle.
Terry Wallace, that's a name we've heard.
Indeed it is. Callery back to pass, swings a pass out to the left. Pass is complete into the hands of David Adarkwa. Flag is out on the play as Adarkwa turns the left corner across midfield and out of bounds, shy of the 45 and around the Blue Devil 44. But that flag is down back at the 46-yard line of the Highlanders.
Yeah, I think the wide receiver out here trying to throw a block got turned around, twisted around, and put the DB on the ground. Going to cost the Highlanders a big play here, going to push him back.
Bob Bonsi says holding is the call. It'll be a 10-yard penalty from the Highlander 46-yard line, and they will begin the walk-off. It'll bring the Highlanders back across their own 40 to their own 36-yard line. 1st down and double sticks. They need to move the ball to the Blue Devil 45-yard line for a 1st down. Straight back I formation this time, as under center goes Callery with a receiver in either direction. Play action fake, rolls out, throw on the run. Underneath complete to his running back. It was Sheehan, and Sheehan gets cut out shy of the 40 and around the 38-yard line, pushing and shoving after the whistle there. Blue Devil involved was Liam Curtin, caught up in that play.
You know, it's only the middle of the 1st quarter, but I'm really impressed by Callery's actions at quarterback. Only a junior, he's showing some ball fakes, not afraid to keep it, calls his own number. But right there, nice play action, put the ball on his hip, bought his receiver a little extra time there, just very smooth and calculated, and obviously very much knows what he's doing back there.
How much he's grown into his body since last year, Bill Thomas. That sophomore to junior year, such a big development for male athletes in particular. And you can just see the confidence, the body control. Here's the snap on 2nd and long, coming from the backside. Big sack on the play. Into the backfield, it's Kyle Philbin. Philbin with the big hit on the blind side there of Callery as he had turned his body and was looking hard to the left. He never saw Philbin blitzing off the edge from his right.
Yeah, good job by Kyle. You know, we talked about him. I did a lot about in the pregame, and you know, I think he's a key as this game goes on. They got to account for him on defense, and Doherty, that's going to, you know, free up somebody else, hopefully, that, you know, Kyle's going to be involved either actively or just, you know, occupying other players,
yes.
You know, and you can be just as valuable either way. It's nice to see him get in there, wake the quarterback up a little bit.
3rd down and even longer. 3rd and 33, says the board here at Doyle Field, as the Highlanders snap from their own 31, coming right to left. The handoff went straight into the middle of the pile. That looked like, and yes, it was, Jerome Vega on the carry there. Vega maybe gains a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down and 32.
First one to greet him, bottom of the pile, Kyle Philbin. Gets up, clapping his hands, back to the line of scrimmage. He plays both ways. I don't think he ever comes off the field. He stays out there. I think even while the band's going to be out there at halftime, he's going to find something to do. But I'm telling you, he's
He'll
really
be running
the
the
key
grill
to
with
that
his
defense. He will. He'll be selling hot dogs probably. Fourth down here.
Highlanders to punt from their own 20-yard line. Good snap there. Punt is away for Solomon Nakamura. It'll take a Highlander bounce across the 40 and roll all the way down until it's finally touched down across the 25 at the Blue Devil 23-yard line. And so field position changes for the Highlanders for the first time as they're able to drive Leominster back to their worst starting field position of the night. Leominster will have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 23, coming left to right.
Have to see if we go right to the ground game here. I hope that, you know, the offensive coordinator sticks with it. It's been a couple of possessions. Have to see if we can't get something going here.
Here comes J.C. Core out onto the field. 1st down and 10, his own 23, left to right. Shotgun set. He's got Justice Reynolds in the backfield with him this time, and a receiver to either side of the formation. And flags will fly. Timing of that play thrown off just a little bit.
That's a false start.
Eamon Durkin, the offender there. Not sure on the snap count. He was wide receiver to the right.
He was going on one. He was going. The rest of the team was going on two.
Sure and definitive are two very different things, I think, under these circumstances.
He was sure what the snap count. Everybody else was wrong.
They'll enforce the 5-yard penalty back across the 20 to the 18-yard line. 1st and 15. 3:56 to play here in the first quarter. No score. Back and forth football thus far. Shotgun snap, and this time give it to Reynolds. Reynolds sweeps his way out to the left. He'll turn the left corner of the formation across the 20 and angled out of bounds shy of the 25 at around the 24-yard line. Gains back about what was lost on the penalty.
Yep, got back that 10 yards. I tell you, we're going to see more out of him. I got back to 5 yards. We're going to see a lot more out of him. You know, we saw a little of him last week, but Dixon did just such a great job. But he's going to be getting his share of the carries.
No question about it. They've got plenty of workhorses to carry the football. Do the Blue Devils. So the gain of 6. 2nd down and 9 now for the Blue Devils. Their own 24 coming left to right. Shotgun set. Cora with the 2 claps. Now going to keep it himself. Flag flies behind Cora. This one's going to be coming back on a hold. Cora will turn the corner, slip down on the play across the 25 at around the 27-yard line. And Bob Bonsi up quick with the holding call against Leominster. It'll be a 10-yard penalty, and it looks like the flag is right around the line of scrimmage at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, very slow development play there, and as it turned out, Doherty had numbers out there, and one of the Blue Devils linemen decided he had to try to help Cora out a little bit.
I know one of our storylines from last week, the 102 yards worth of penalties that the Blue Devils racked up against Westfield. Right now, 3 penalties for the Blue Devils for 30 yards. So we will watch that one almost all the way through the first quarter. So hopefully that number isn't over 100.
Maybe the number has come back just a little.
We talked about that third offensive stat: offensive, pass, ground, passing, and penalties.
That's right. 2nd down and long. On the snap, flag is out just after the handoff for Reynolds. Reynolds plows forward across the 15.
Cora's motioning.
Might have been offside.
In their favor.
If it was offsides, under the new rules of the National Federation of High School Sports, that play would have been blown dead. There are no free plays under those circumstances.
Yeah.
Who had the carry on that?
It was Reynolds on the carry. Bob Bonsi looking as his wing officials are converging here, having a conversation. It is going to be a procedure penalty signaled, 5 yards.
I guess against the Blue Devils.
I'm going to assume it was an illegal
point.
I'm going to assume it's an illegal formation,
Be,
given the signal and how things proceeded.
Probably not up on the line of scrimmage properly.
Correct.
At the snap. You know, you give them a chance to adjust, but snap the ball, and then the flag flies.
So still 2nd down and a country mile now for the Blue Devils.
And that mile keeps getting longer and longer and longer. We're getting to the point where you can't see the horizon line as Leominster heads back toward their own goal line. Under 3 minutes to play here in the first quarter. No score. Leominster and Doherty in this drive not going in the right direction. Left to right will be the march. 2nd and 25. Shotgun snap this time for Cora, and Cora gets the handoff with some room. Straight up the middle, it's Reynolds. Reynolds across the 10 and dragged down shy of the 15-yard line at about the 14.
Going to make that, I think, a manageable 2nd and 20 or thereabouts. 3rd down. We're going to be up to 3rd down, 3rd and 19.
And 19, it looks like. They'll snap from the 14-yard line as the clock winds down to 2 minutes, 15 seconds to play here.
You're both just happy that Mike
one.
can do that math faster than you can. You're both looking at the scoreboard. I see both of you.
Waiting for it to change. I was too quick,
though. Yes, you were.
I did the math with it, but I didn't do the downage.
Third down here for the Blue Devils on this play.
Cora changing traffic. Cordero will move out as the fullback to his right. Now he sends Dixon in motion, and Coach Devin Gates burns a timeout, his first of the first half. There seemed to be some personnel issues over there on the sideline as well. 1:57 to play in the first quarter, and on this stoppage, let's meet that Leominster offense. Starting lineup brought to you by Leominster Credit Union. Make your plans happen at LCU. It starts with membership. Here's the members of the Leominster offense.
J.C. Core, number 6, junior quarterback.
Voshan Dixon, number 4, junior running back.
Justice Tyler Reynolds, 26, senior running back.
Ali Gillot, number 1, senior wide receiver.
Liam Curtin, number 5, senior wide receiver.
Jack Philbin, 33, junior tight end.
Darian O'Brien, 82, senior tight end.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, junior O-tackle.
Frank Opoku, number 60, senior guard.
Anthony Tossi, number 54, senior center.
Micah Simpson, number 52, senior offensive guard.
Joe Conlon, number 72, senior right tackle.
And there's your starting lineup for the Blue Devils coming out of the timeout. 1:55 to play in the first quarter. No score. Leominster and Doherty. Those starting lineups brought to you by Leominster Credit Union. Make your plans happen at LCU. It starts with membership. You can check them out on the web at leominstercu.com. At Leominster Credit Union. You're somebody.
Leominster desperately needing to get some positive momentum here with third and quite long, backed well into their own territory.
Going to try to change field position here at least a little bit, give them some ability with a punt to drive the Highlanders back. Dixon will start in motion on the snap. Cora, nowhere to go. Faked a pass, tried to throw off the defense, kept it himself, ate it, and that's a sack in the backfield. Josh Brunell again with the pressure, closed down that left side of the formation, and it's a loss of 6, Bill Thomas.
Yep.
And Santiago Rodriguez will be punting from his own end zone.
And we might mention rookie punter, Santiago Rodriguez, but he's done a great job. Plays kicking, kickoffs, and punting. A little added pressure here in the shadow of his own end zone, goalposts.
Standing right about his own goal line. Minute and 20 to play here in quarter one. Rodriguez waits. And now the snap. Right into the middle of the numbers. He'll step up. Good spiral all the way out to the 40-yard line, and it touched a Highlander player on the back of the heels. There's a battle for the ball. It appeared Doherty is in on it, right about their own, the Leominster 41-yard line, and yes, out with it on the play. A great job getting to the bottom of the pile there for Zach Taylor as it clipped up on the back of the heel of a Highlander on the play, and Leominster tried to go down and get it, and they just lost the battle at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, some reason the Highlanders decided to engage one of the Blue Devils there instead of getting away from that hot potato. Almost cost the Highlanders possession.
You know, they usually call poison on a play like that because you know it's going to roll up on you. It's the job of that return man to make the call there, and I don't know if they couldn't hear it, or like you said, Bill Thomas, because he was engaged, he had nothing he could do with it.
Strange reverse bounce on that punt, too. I thought the Blue Devils were going to get some roll out of that, but it just killed it right there.
Highlanders' best starting field position of the night. 1st and 10, the Leominster 41. Slings a throw out, does Calorie in and out of the hands. Ruled incomplete. Brandel Orn was the intended receiver, Kate.
Calorie right now is 2 of 5. He's total of 18 yards in the air. He's averaging 9 yards per pass. Interception, his long was for 13, but right now only 2 completed passes for Calorie. And right now the running game has been really the only thing that's been working for the Doherty Highlanders. They're really trying to mix it up and make themselves a little bit more multi-dimensional. But right now things a little bit sloppy for the Highlanders at 2 of 5.
Both teams clearly did the video review of one another. They've taken away the strength from week 1 for both of them. The intermediate passes for Doherty haven't been working, and for Leominster, that ground game, not so good at the moment.
Not yet, but still early.
2nd down and 10. Calorie back to pass. Looks underneath. He's got some room. Strike thrown across the Leominster 35 and down around the 30-yard line. Nice catch made there by Jaden Baxter.
Yeah, and he's really in tune with his receivers there, on that incompletion. That was going to go for some yards there. Brandel had his eyes wide open, looking at clear territory, but just couldn't corral the ball. Right there, 15 yards downfield, sit in the spot, and throwing a strike right there. So nice pitch and catch there by the quarterback and the receiver, moving the flags downfield.
Gain of 11. It's a 1st down for Calorie to Baxter. They'll snap the football from the Blue Devil 32 going in. Shotgun set for Callery, single back in the backfield with him, a receiver to either side, and now whistles kill the play, and Coach Sean Mulcahy will talk things over. Stopping the clock with 31 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No score. Leominster and Doherty here from Doyle Field tonight. So happy to have you along with us on AM 1280, 105.3 FM. WPKZstream.com, Leominster TV along with us as well, channels of Comcast, Verizon, as well as streaming out there at Leominster.tv as well. So many ways to participate in a fantastic crowd on hand with this beautiful weather here tonight. Both schools well represented out there. Lots of gold and white and blue and white on the near sideline as well.
Somebody turned the heat on in this booth. I
Is that where you just went?
Said, am I going through the change already?
You were complaining about the heat.
Am I going through the change? Is it happening right here?
I was thinking there, I felt some heat up here, but I wasn't sure. I thought it was just the excitement of the action. It turns out perhaps the heater was
the renegade.
Well.
It's Howie the Renegade messing around. Back to football.
I got scared, everybody.
Here we go on 1st and 10. Back to pass, Callery. Little screen throw back into the line. Pass is complete for Adarkwa, and Adarkwa somehow slipped the defender, found his way down the right sideline and into the end zone for the Highlander touchdown. A 30-yard run to pay dirt for David Adarkwa. He looked like the play was over and that he was taken out. Leominster's defense appeared to give up on the play. He took it all the way to the end zone.
Yeah, he was corralled at about the 20 by 4. Leominster Blue Devil somehow he fought his way out, and next thing you know, ran to the sideline, saw the flag over there in the corner. Nobody out there. See what happened here in the middle. A little collision. It looked like the Blue Devils knocked themselves off him, basically.
Yeah, a little shoulder tackle attempt there. Anthony Tossi looked like
high.
he tried it on that play, and he ran away from it.
Nobody down low there to help him with the top side.
Doherty strikes for the first points of the night. They've got a 6-0 lead. Looks like Andy soars on to attempt the extra point. Snap the ball down. Extra point, splits it up and good. Team's coming back up the field with 20 seconds to play in the first quarter. Doherty 7 and Leominster 0. So back and forth football it's been, as we'll keep it right here as we wind down toward the end of the first quarter. Bill Thomas, it's been back and forth and back and forth. Neither team could quite strike. And there at the very end, an opportunity and into the end zone go the Highlanders.
Yeah, and the passing game really was what got them down the field there. An incomplete pass. It looked like it was going to go big. You know, Blue Devils had an opportunity on that punt. You know, they had the turnover there laying on the turf, but Doherty just flashing that passing game, sitting down, doing turn-ins, and when you're on the same page with the quarterback, sometimes the ball's coming before you get to where you're going. The defense is basically helpless, just watching you play catch, and that's what we saw on that drive right there.
Scholastic Sports Zone coming your way this Sunday at 11 a.m. here on the K-Zone. You can join Howie Kahn and his crew, along with Coach Jim Bennett and special guest Eric Ramos of Narragansett football and basketball, and St. Bernard's head football coach Tom Bingham. All that fun and more. The Scholastic Sports Zone, Sunday from 11 to noon right here on the K-Zone, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, WPKZstream.com. And the approach swings the kick. This one they're going to send rolling all the way down to allow the defenders to get downfield. But here comes J.V. Rodriguez, full head of steam, straight up the middle of the field, across the 30, 35, and dragged down around the 37-yard line. And so Leominster will have great field position once again. And that has been a strong part over 2 weeks. Their return game, the block's set up well, and it's allowed the return men to bring the ball upfield.
Yeah, return game, punt game, place kicking, you know, point afters. The special teams have been performing very well here early in the season, especially with a lot of new plays in key spots.
14 seconds to play here in this first frame. Doherty with the 7-0 lead. 1st and 10 from their own 38, coming left to right for the Blue Devils for the remaining 14 seconds of this quarter. Cora looks to the sideline, getting signals down. Trip sent up to the left of the formation, single receiver, one-on-one short to the right. Cora back to pass, swings it out on the screen to the left, wrapped and taken down on the play. Well read there by the Highlanders, and down it went. Caden Constant makes the catch over there on the wide receiver screen, but nowhere to go as the final 14 seconds of the first quarter come off the board. 7-0 Doherty over Leominster through 1 quarter. The teams change ends. Second quarter when we come back. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. First time we get to talk exclusively to you. Remember, when radio steps away, you get the bonus analysis here on our broadcast tonight. So happy to have you with us each and every week, and of course able to participate in a whole host of different ways. Great staff of volunteers joining us here tonight, led by Bradley Bedard and the great sports crew we have here at Leominster TV. We thank them all so very much for giving up their Friday nights and coming to spend them with us here to bring this great service to the community. Bill Thomas, somebody scored. That's Doherty scoring first. Now Leominster's come out, started this drive. Kind of want to respond on this one.
We'll have to see if they do have any answer. You know, Doherty showed that passing game. Blue Devils couldn't stop it, moved them down the field smartly. Have to see if Blue Devils have an answer here.
Back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster. Teams change ends to begin the second quarter of action. Leominster now going right to left on this one. Bill Thomas, I'm told the music video for that song we were coming back into by the Carps shot at Whalum Park in Lunenburg.
Yes. We were talking about that on the radio last week. You know, unfortunately, Ricker Kasich passed away, but yeah, a lot of local history there.
30 seconds into this second quarter of action, and a timeout by the line official there. They're trying to get the down marker right over on the far side. Third down coming up here for the Blue Devils. Third down and about 8 from their own 40, going right to left here in quarter number 2, chasing 7. It's a straight eye backfield, make it a pistol formation as Cora will step up in the modified gun. Dixon will stand directly behind him. Trips to the open side right of the formation. Arlie Galat in single coverage to the left of the formation. Cora asks for the ball, fake the give, now throws a little dart over the middle, complete to the tight end, Darian O'Brien. He's across midfield, got first down yardage across the Highlander 40 and down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 20 on a quick little nifty play, faked the handoff, and bang, darted over the middle of the formation.
Nice job, you know, and Cora hit him right in stride, you know, and I think that previous pass play took a long time to develop. The wide receiver's waiting there, and the defense comes to him. Here, on the move, good positive play.
First and 10 for the Blue Devils at the Highlander 40. The snap, give it to Dixon. Dixon now finds some room in the left side into the second level of the defense. Across the 30-25 and cut down at the 21-yard line. It's a first down on the back of Voshan Dixon and a gain of 19.
Galloping his way to 19 yards right there, just high stepping out of tackles. Nice pick up there by Dixon. After the pass play, throw the run and play at him. Keep him guessing.
All of a sudden, they found 2 plays back-to-back, start moving the offense a little bit.
Those are their first downs of the game. Sorry about that.
No worries, Kate. Trips out of a gun here, the handoff. They go right back to Dixon this time. He rolls it out to the left. He's across the 20 at the 19-yard line. Go ahead, Kate. I stepped on top of you.
No, I rolled right on top of you, so I apologize on that. Those 2 first downs, the last 2 plays for the Blue Devils, they're only 2 first down plays of the game thus far, and it's already the second quarter.
About 4 possessions, I believe.
This is possession number 4.
Yeah, so a tough time finding first downs, able to find 2 quickly, and they find themselves deep in Highlander territory. Second down and 8 at their own 19. Snap back to pass. Cora fakes, looks to his left and throws, finds his way to Arlie Galat, snares that one out of the air across the 5 and down around the 4-yard line on a gain of 17. And all of a sudden, about 5 plays, and Leominster's got themselves first and goal at the Highlander 4-yard line going right to left.
And you know, as Cora's hitting his wide receivers on the move, not allowing Doherty defense to react pre-catch, and good job right there on that slant by Galat.
On first down and goal, the snap, delayed give. Hole opens up in the middle, into the end zone. It's a Blue Devil touchdown for Voshan Dixon.
That's the way to hit them, right up the middle. Once you get that flow going, Blue Devils showed that you can get a lot of positive energy, but it takes one big play, get the defense back on their heels, and then they just mowed it right down the field. Totally different Blue Devil team here in the second quarter.
7-6. Doherty's lead. Blue Devils on for the point after. It's Santiago Rodriguez to do the kicking to tie this one up. First time for Rodriguez, kicking right to left toward the Morton Street Hill. Snap the ball down, blocked into the line. It was a low flyer. Timing was thrown off on the play, and the point after no good. Teams coming back up the field. 9:43 to play in the second quarter. The score: Doherty 7 and Leominster 6. A break and we're back with more. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV. Bill Thomas, an unfortunate ending there as the Blue Devils not able to tie the game as somebody was able to knock that ball down. You say 5, Jaron Vega?
5-5, Josh Brunell come in from
Man
the
of everywhere
left side
right
there.
now.
Yeah. Good job there, though, busting through the line. But let's go back. You know, unfortunately,
back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster. Teams back up the field, ball 40-yard line to our right. Santiago Rodriguez has that extra point blocked by Josh Brunell on the play. And Leominster still trails by 1 after scoring their first touchdown of the night, but they were able to respond. Rodriguez will walk back to mark off the play. 9:43 to play in the second quarter. 7-6 Doherty's lead, and they will receive the football. On the approach, swings that right leg, a little low flyer, will hop right around the 23-yard line. It will be returned straight up the middle of the field with some room. It's Anthony Franco. He'll angle himself toward the left side of the field across the 30, 35, and runs out of real estate out of bounds shy of the 40 and around the 38-yard line.
Highlanders setting up with good field position here. Unfortunately, Blue Devils failed to convert on that point after, but nice life there shown by the offense, marching their way downfield to get that touchdown there right at the beginning of the second quarter.
Not their best starting field position of the night. They started their last offensive drive to the Highlanders at the Blue Devil 41-yard line. This their second best starting position at their own 36-yard line.
Here comes a 1st and 10 for Noah Callery and crew. Snap, back to pass out of a gun. Eludes one defender. Callery keeps the play alive with his feet, throws downfield, in and out of the hands of his intended receiver, and the pass will fall incomplete. I believe he heard some footsteps there as he was coming in on the play. It looked like Jaden Baxter was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Micah Stinson in there to disrupt that pass play. And we talked about that pregame. The front 4, front 7's got to get in there. They can't just allow the DBs to get pecked apart. That's what's going to happen if they can't get some pressure in there on Callery.
So here we go, 2nd down and 10 from their own 37. Callery back to pass. He's hit immediately at sack. And there's Micah Stinson in there once again. In there, disrupts the play, and allows the rest of the team to show up and finish off the sack.
Yeah, I don't know what he's seeing there on his offensive lineman that's offset from him, maybe putting a swing move. Must have seen something, but in there disrupting 2 pass plays in a row. Good job there, Stinson.
Loss of 6 on the play as we wind under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 7-6 Doherty's lead. This drive going the wrong way downfield for them. They'll have 3rd down and long here. Back around their own 32-yard line.
Stinson coming off that nose tackle position too. Toughest spot.
Shotgun snap for Callery. Long distance screen out to the right of the formation. The pass is caught here by Brandel Orn. Defense squires him up and down he goes. That's Jack Philbin in with the tackle on the play. Short gain there for Orn, but not enough to get themselves a 1st down. It'll bring up 4th.
And that's a statement. After you score, that's the way you play defense. And the Blue Devils should come off very happy the way that they control the Doherty offense after them moving down the field on their own. So nice turnaround right there, 2 series in a row.
That series goes for positive 1 yard only.
And the punt, not much better. Off the side of a foot, it crosses midfield. Takes a nice Doherty bounce. Looked like it was heading toward the sideline. Will tiptoe down that sideline, taking a decent Highlander bounce to around the 35-yard line of Leominster. So minor change of field position there. Nice punt by Tom Murray, even though maybe on the onset didn't look so good.
Had a bit of a waggle.
Yeah, a little waggle on that one.
Some good forward roll. You always want that positive roll, though. If you're the punter.
That's when you hold your breath to see which way it's going to go.
See if the Blue Devils now can continue that offensive prowess that they just showed in that prior drive, mixing up passing and the running game here. Cora doing a good job of directing the offense now.
We'll have our hard-working player spotlight coming up after this play. Cora on first down and 10, their own 35 coming right to left. Snap and the give is for Reynolds. Reynolds is hit and taken down. Short loss on the play.
That A-gap has had absolutely nothing going for the Blue Devils.
Kyle Tucker on the Doherty offensive line says, hello, Reynolds, not now.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. Let's have a little talk on the ground.
Our hardworking player spotlight brought to you by High Country Workwear in Leominster. It's the store that works for you. From medical wear to chef's coats, rain gear, and more. High-quality outdoor safety and work footwear for men and women. Want a personalized touch? High Country Workwear also offers custom embroidery. High Country Workwear, 155 Hamilton Street, Leominster, online at highcountryworkwear.com. That second down play.
That's a Poku on that.
Yeah, Frank Apoku with the hit, and it was...
No, with the carry.
With the carry. Coming out of the backfield there, Kate. Thank you so much.
Yeah, he tried to go into that B gap, and again, nothing really going right there. Those A and B gaps, they are filling up quickly. If you take a look at the defensive line for the Doherty Highlanders, they are not little people. They are big boys, and they're filling up that A and B gap. Leominster's rush really need to find a hole if they're going to make it work.
Third down and 9, shotgun set here. The snap, Cora rolls out, sets his feet and throws out to the right. Passes long of its intended target. That's Liam Curtin, and the pass will fall incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down. And I have to say, going kind of off of what Kate was saying, for me, the hardworking player spotlight brought to you by High Country Workwear right now has been Josh Brunell and what he's done for the Highlanders on the defensive line.
He's been all over the place. He's been there, Kyle Philbin here in the first quarter. And but you know, I like the J.C. Cora came alive there. You know, and showed a little aggressiveness. We'll have to see if that can continue.
Rodriguez stands back at his own 23-yard line to punt middle of the field. On fourth down and 9, high-hanging snap, fielded by Rodriguez. Got a good foot on it, high arc, fair catch signal for. It was bobbled. Blue Devils may have had it. They roll out of it. It is recovered by Leominster. In and out of the hands of Anthony Franco and recovered by J.V. Rodriguez. Good downfield coverage, 11 on 11 there. Not able to be fielded on the fair catch, and J.V. Rodriguez gets to the bottom of the pile and comes up with the football. You know, Leominster gets it right back.
And that high, short punt allowed the defense to get there and surround the return man going for the fair catch, just bouncing in and out of his hands. 4 Blue Devils right there on the ball. Good turnover right there.
Great field position for the Blue Devils. They are on the Highlander 44. That's going to be their best starting field position thus far in the first half of play.
On first down and 10, Cora back to pass with some room, hits a streaking Arlie Galat across the 25 and down at the 21-yard line. Leominster makes the conversion on the fourth down play to get the ball back, hits the first play. Cora to Galat for 24 yards and a first down.
Great fingertip catch there. They might want to look to check those gloves that Galat's wearing because I think they got magnets in them. The ball just stuck to him. Nice catch there. We got something going on.
Officials searching for the flag, and there it is.
Threw a beanbag, a flag. I think he threw his phone, too.
The officials pointing, something. Yeah, it looks
Illegal
like
substitution maybe,
or potentially somebody lined up offsides. Again, remember, new rules say, yeah, the signal is encroachment.
Line up, yeah.
You can't line up offsides. You can't jump and get back under National Federation rules. So if the defense is in any form not onside before the snap of the ball, it is a dead play.
You put your hand down offside, they're going to call. They're not going to wait for you to readjust. So another new rule we're seeing a flag on here.
5-yard penalty, first down and 5 now for Leominster as they march their way to the Highlander 17 off that flag. Shotgun set, trips to the right of the formation. Cora the snap, sets his feet. Now he looks for Galat, corner of the end zone. That ball will float long and incomplete. Good downfield coverage there by Jerome Vega as well.
Yeah, Galat looking for the ball, but well overthrown. I suppose if your guy can't get it, make sure nobody can get it. Good out-of-bounds throw there, I think, by Cora based on that good coverage downfield.
Right now, Cora completing 50% of his passes. He's 3 of 6 in the air for a total of 61 yards of aerial offense for the Blue Devils. He's averaging 20.3 yards per pass completed.
Pistol formation for Cora with Dixon behind him. Snap, and now the give for Dixon. Dixon to the line, bounces it out to the left. Got some room. Galat lost his defender, but Dixon inside of the 10 and dragged down around the 5. Nice run by Voshan Dixon. Sets up a Leominster first down and goal from the Highlander 5-yard line.
And boy, is he fun to watch plant and then just change direction almost in midair. Nice job there, just bouncing off the edge defender. using his blocks downfield and tying up all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Dixon with a gain of 12. Go ahead, Kate.
12 on that play. Right now he's got a total of 38 yards on 7 carries.
On 1st and goal, they feed right back to him out of a gun, straight up the middle of the field, swallowed up on the play, and down he goes. He'll lose a yard on the play. 2nd and goal from the 5.
Good shot here, I think. Good time for Cora maybe to pull a ball fake, throw a little hip roll out here, use Dixon to his advantage, and then see what he can get downfield maybe on some play action. Call his own number, perhaps. We know he's not afraid to do that. But the Highlander defense keying on Dixon right now. You know, I think you got to use him as your alternate, use him as bait, and let's see if we can't get in the end zone.
Dixon's going to set up to the right of Cora in this shotgun formation. 1 receiver in either direction. Here's the snap, fake the give. Cora keeps it himself, finds some room up the middle of the field, wiggles his way across the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. They say the 4. Gain of 1 on the play as we wind inside of 5 minutes. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Brought to you by Hometown Bank. They don't answer to Wall Street, they answer to you. Fraticelli Oil Company, the place to save heating dollars. Daewoo North Superstore, the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. And ROI Office Furniture and Systems, quality, value, and service without exception.
Big 3rd down play right here. You know, I think they had the right idea. Cora calling his number. I'd like to see him get away from the middle of that big defensive line, though, that Doherty's got there.
10 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun set. They fake it to Dixon. Now they float back corner. Jump ball. Galat's got the catch. And they signal he is long out of bounds. The 2 officials book-ended the play, one on either end along that end line. And they say Galat touchdown out of bounds first before getting the foot down inbounds with possession. LTV may have a look at it on the replay as everybody turns to the monitor.
Either way, though, either way, it's decision time right now. You're going to have a 4th down play either way for the Blue Devils coaching staff to make a decision.
Yep.
Yeah, he got pushed long out of bounds there and never got a foot down. David Brissett on the coverage.
In the old days, you couldn't get pushed out of bounds, but you can now.
Leominster's offense staying on the field for this one.
And a slow look as everybody takes a look at what's going on the field. Cora waiting for signals from the sideline. It's a shotgun set here on 4th and goal with 4:23 to play in the 2nd quarter and Leominster trailing by 1. Dixon to his right, receiver in either direction. Cora the snap, fake to Dixon, roll out, throw underneath, finds Darian O'Brien. O'Brien turns the right corner, across the goal line, and in for the Leominster touchdown.
There's the using Dixon, there's that rollout, and finding that receiver in the flat. Worked out perfect. Good call there, Blue Devil offensive coordinator. Great job by Cora execute.
Cora goes underneath for the tight end, Darian O'Brien, and a 3-yard touchdown strike. And Leominster's on top with 4:19 to play in the 2nd quarter, a 12-7 lead.
Tell you, all the elements were there. The Highlanders defense keying on Dixon. Cora and the offense just had to use that to their advantage. They executed it perfectly.
Good snap, ball down. Rodriguez swings the leg, and up on the Morton Street Hill goes the ball. Teams coming back up the field. 4:19 to play in the 2nd quarter to score. Leominster 13 and Doherty 7. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV. Bill Thomas, a great drive. Leominster marched it down the field methodically.
You know, and after that out of bounds, that great catch by Galat there that was out of bounds, unfortunately, Blue Devils came right back with another offensive play that got him in the end zone on 4th down and executed perfectly. Use that rollout, throw on the run. You know, when your receiver's not stopped and stationary, the defense can't key on him. And I think every offensive pass play, that's been the key to success. Cora's got his receivers on the move, either down the middle or in the flat.
Back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster. 13-7, Leominster's lead, 4:19 to play in the 2nd quarter. And Leominster finds their way on top in the last bits of this first half of action, putting together a fantastic drive and capitalizing on a 4th down fumble recovery on a muffed punt return. Now here's the reverse handoff off that kickoff going from right to left. Turning the corner here with control, looks like 36 on the play. It's Aiden Noonan. Noonan still with some room on his feet, tapping his way down the sideline across the 40, 45, and he's out of bounds around the 47-yard line. It looked like, yeah, Aiden Noonan on the play with that one, or make it Zach Taylor,
a lot
says
of whistles
Bill Thomas.
right now, though.
Zach Taylor on that handoff there on the reverse. We'll have to see what's going on here, though. A lot of pulling.
And there is a flag out.
Face mask there involved.
I saw
on the 45.
I think I saw a face mask.
I did too, unfortunately, but a lot of action there. And a lot of pulling and shoving and grabbing.
Another opportunity where the play looked like it was over.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, it seems like it keeps continuing.
It's just more grabbing and people get knocked off the play. And yeah, I think you're right, Kate. I did see, like you did, face mask come in there towards the end.
Right on the side, yep.
Yeah, right in front of the official, in front of the Blue Devil bench.
And now this is another one, a nuance in the Federation rules, Bill Thomas, that we didn't pick up on last week. We saw a 5-yard enforcement, and we speculated that that might be the case. It is indeed. So Federation goes back to the old rules, the NCAA and the NFL, 2 different face masks. You have an inadvertent face mask at 5 yards. You have a major face mask at 15 yards. That was a 15-yard major face mask, which means they used the face mask in the tackle. So 1st and 10 for the Highlanders, deep in Blue Devil territory. The snap on 1st down and 10. Calorie with the handoff. Little man goes underneath there. You look like 40. Demetrius Elliott with the carry, low below the radar, and found some room.
Billy,
so far below, not on your play chart.
That's right.
Billy, on the enforcement of that 15-yard penalty, the Highlanders start at the Leominster 37-yard line, and with that 7-yard pickup, they're all the way down to the Blue Devil 30-yard line after just 1 play.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. We got that judgment back in there. Did he grab it on purpose? You know, let's just make it 1 rule and be done with it.
2nd down and 4 to go. 2-back backfield. Calorie the snap. Give this time to Sheeran. Sheeran straight up the middle of the formation, cross the 30 and the Leominster 25 and down at the 24-yard line. And that's a 1st down for the Highlanders. 3:21 to play in the 2nd quarter and a 13-7 Leominster lead with the defense with their heels heading back toward their own goal line.
Yeah, Doherty, you know, with the help of the penalty, smartly moving down the field. Sheeran there, good 1st down pickup, put his head down and just barreled his way into the line.
That's a gain of 6 for Sheeran.
A 1st down and 10 to go for the Highlanders at the Blue Devil 24, going left to right. Swept back I formation this time. Calorie the snap. The give went to the fullback spot, right up the middle of the field there. It was Ezra Collins. Collins off the left numbers, crosses the 20, down around the 16-yard line. Looks like a solid gain of 8 or 9 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and short.
You know, and they're looking, they might measure this. I think he's close to a 1st down here. We'll have to see if they move the chains, but good 1st down pickup there of 10 yards. They're looking at it. They're going to measure.
And Bob Bonsi signals for the sticks. It'll stop the clock with 2:31 to play in the 2nd quarter and a 13-7 Leominster lead with the Highlanders threatening here in the waning moments of this 1st half of action. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, brought to you by Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. Clear Path for Veterans New England by Northeast Insurance, supporting the journey home. And Leominster Monument Company, where memories are forever.
Give him the 1st down on that. So now Doherty's going to have 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line.
So a chance to reset the sticks once again without achieving a touchdown here. So a 1st down and 10 to go from the Blue Devil 14, going left to right. Here's the snap and the give. It's Sheeran again as they feed him across the 10 and drag down around the 9-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 5, maybe 6 on 1st down.
Yeah, and boy, is he tough to bring down. He keeps those feet moving. He gets his shoulders down and takes 4 or 5 plays to get him down on the ground. You got to get him high and low to bring him down. He's got himself a good 5 yards on that pickup.
5+ yards.
Gonna get a great look up front here from the sideline camera operated by Jack Sully here on Leominster TV.
Just moving the pile.
Absolutely. Hard runs there for Sheeran. He got down low underneath and drove the ball 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the Blue Devil 9-yard line, going left to right. Calorie directing traffic, trips to the open side right. Calorie the snap, calls his own number, steps into that A gap, is hit again as he works his way down toward the 5. He's in the neighborhood of and should have a 1st down, or he's very close to a 1st down and goal to go. 1:25 and counting to play here in the 2nd quarter.
Looks like 2nd and 1 here, but fighting all the way down there, and once again, have to be gang tackled to get him down. A pop there right at the end, stopped him about the 5-yard line, a little bit short of the 1st
Yeah,
down.
they're gonna make it 3rd and about a yard. Needs to get it just across the 5-yard line. He's on one side, and he needs to push it just to the other side of that 5-yard line stripe to get the 1st down.
Inside of a minute to go here in the half.
Time not really a factor right now.
Now in a couple of timeouts if they need them for the Highlanders. Out of the eye, the snap, give it to Sheeran. Sheeran stood up and driven back by the Blue Devil defense. Freka Poku was in there. I saw Jack Philbin's number in there as well.
Not that time, a loss of at least 1. We'll have to see. Spotting the ball back at the 6, gonna come up on 4th and 2 here. Big stand here as half's winding down for the Blue Devil defense.
And the Highlanders will take the timeout. 13-7 Blue Devil lead, waning seconds here of the half. Coming up at the half, Kate's got a first half recap. All the stats for you in the action here. We'll also get you the scores from around the region. We'll have our player of the first half and preview second half action. All that coming up at the half here on the K-Zone. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, you will have a halftime performance, the first of the season, from the Leominster High School Marching Band. On the radio side, we'll try to jump in as well. Yeah, I see xylophones. There is a giant gong.
I'm already happy.
Crazy Rich Asians-esque giant gong. I mean,
why would you need a giant antique gong?
Because they can.
We helped the band members run some chords here pregame. Now we know why. They're going to have an electrified halftime show.
I see an electrified keyboard coming out.
All right, just so that we know, 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. Doherty does still have one timeout available in the half if they need it on this fourth down play.
Yeah, 4th down and 2 to go. Here's the snap for Calorie. He rolls out to his right, tried to go back against the grain. Now he has to commit to the right, jumping the route and making the interception. Sean Dixon.
Wow, what a catch. Stepped right in front of the receiver there. It was going to be a turnover on downs where that ball came down if he just knocked it away. Actually gained a couple of positive yards by hauling that in as an interception.
33 seconds to play in the first half. Leominster with a 6-point lead. Voshan Dixon read Noah Calorie, stepped in the lane, made the pick and the turnover on downs.
Right there, nice job, Johnny, on the spot. Coming
Won
up
the battle
out of his
for the ball,
defensive
too.
back. Playing safety there, I guess.
What a nice job by the Leominster defense there. This drive started on the Leominster 37.
It may have been
it was a catch, but a catch for a loss of yardage.
Yeah, how about that, Bill Thomas?
Catch for a lot, but good job by Dixon just to get in the middle of that.
It was Anthony Franco who battled with him for the ball. On 1st down and 10 to go, the snap, they feed Dixon this time. Dixon finds his way across the 15, the 20, and shakes his way out to the 24-yard line for a Leominster first down. Blue Devils with 2 timeouts left and 27 seconds left here in the first half.
And I tell you, Leominster television crew right on that there. We wouldn't have had that call without the replay, but you know, whether it was an interception or a great defensive play, turnover on downs, it all counts the same.
Absolutely. Pistol formation, core of the snap. Give it to Dixon again. Dixon this time battles across the 25, down around the 27-yard line, gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7, and that will be the way this first half comes to an end. 0-0's on the board. First half of play in the books here from Doyle Field with the score. Leominster 13 and Doherty 7. What a first half of action. Lots of offense, both teams moving the ball back and forth, struck when they could. 20 points combined in the first half of action. Could have potentially been more if either team had capitalized on some opportunities.
Well, I don't know what woke the Blue Devils up on both sides of the ball there in the second quarter, but the offense was feeding off the defense. The offense scores, defense gets a 3 and out, offense comes back down with a drive, defense stiffens up. That's the way you expect to play football. Both sides of the ball working off each other. A lot of the same kids just fired up, and you know, a lot of what we saw last week, you know, Westfield kind of had their way in the first quarter. Blue Devils stiffened up from the second quarter on. We'll have to see if that holds true this week.
Halftime score from Doyle Field. Leominster 13 and Doherty 7. More excitement to come in the second half. But we break. Halftime coming up here. Performance from the Leominster High School Marching Band on Leominster TV. We'll have some of it for you here on the K-Zone, as well as a whole bunch more. 13-7 Leominster over Doherty at the half. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Thank you.
That containment starts with the front seven on defense, so I know that. I'll admit it.
Thank you.
We'll sort this out with our game balls coming up.
It's getting better. Todd just knows to say yes, dear. You're right.
That's why he gives that to us.
No question about it.
See, we leave in separate cars, Kate. So,
that's right.
Third
and I'll
set,
see you next week.
Third set at 12 is up on the board. 13-7 is Leominster's lead. Santiago Rodriguez on the approach sends a line drive down the field. It'll hop at the 24-yard line, be muffed around the 18, now picked up, and on the return, it's Zach Taylor. Turns the corner there, making Anthony Franco. Coming downfield, and it's J.V. Rodriguez in to make the tackle. Anytime it appears that 11, Anthony Franco has played the ball in some capacity, J.V. Rodriguez, 11 in blue, has been right on top.
11 on 11.
It hasn't
literally
been that way.
You know, so good defense there, one-on-one tackle, because gets outside that hash mark there, and there was plenty of open grass there for him to get some positive yardage on that kick return. So good job there by Rodriguez to corral him one-on-one.
We'll have our mid-game adjustments coming up after this first down play for the Highlanders. First down and 10, their own 23-yard line coming right to left. The snap, delay, fake give, now straight up the middle of the field with lots of room. It's Callery. Callery's galloped his way across midfield. He's got left numbers, now left sideline. Being chased down there by Voshan Dixon, who will knock him out of bounds across the 20 and around the 14-yard line. They say he stepped out before he took the contact. He stepped out back out of bounds right around the 27-yard line of the Blue Devils. Huge first down run to start the second half for Noah Callery on a gain of 51.
You know, and I think we're going to call that a broken play, because that started out as a pass play and but quickly turned into a run. And good job there galloping downfield, recognizing the opening there on the left side of the defense. Took advantage of it.
First half, Blue Devils were able to keep Callery to 14 yards. Now with that 51-yard pickup, 6 touches for the quarterback for Doherty, 65 yards rushing now. That one clearly his longest.
This is an offense that put up 189 yards on the ground last week against Algonquin. 11-10 to play here in the third quarter. Highlanders threatening on their first possession of the second half. The snap, and immediately Abfur Paibo gets the ball, and down he goes. Short loss on the play. It'll be second down and 11. Let's survey the field. Sorry, Bill Thomas, with our mid-game adjustments. They're brought to you by Whitman and Bingham Associates. Civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental planning at its finest. Experience is in the name. Whitman and Bingham Associates, online at whitmanbingham.com. Whitman Bingham brings us our first half end to mid-game adjustments.
And I'm going to give Micah Stinson, is it Micah or Micah? Micah Stinson credit right there. I mean, he was right there at the handoff, and we've been calling his name with frequency. Off to see if he can't continue his defensive play there, playing nose tackle.
Loss of about 1 on the play, second down and 11. Back to the 28-yard line of the Blue Devils. Callery out of the gun, snap, back to pass. He's flushed out of the pocket. He's recovering on the play. He'll find his way across the 30 to the 25, taken down at the 24-yard line. Turns nothing into something there. It turns into a positive gain of about 4, third down and 7.
And Billy Todd's exactly right. Make something out of nothing. You saw that incredible penetration by the defensive line of the Blue Devils. They get right in Callery's face, and he's able to scramble. That's what makes him so dangerous, is that he's able to scramble and really does make something positive out of what should have been a fairly decent loss.
And he turns himself into a great runner, which is, you know, he used his advantage. We didn't see that out of the Westville quarterback last week. He just got corralled and went down. So definitely Doherty attacking a little different here on broken plays.
3 receivers set out of a gun. Callery the snap, rolls out to his right, chased down from behind. It's a sack for Kyle Philbin. Philbin had him squared up, chased him down and took him out, lost his helmet on the play, so Philbin will have to come to the near sideline and sit out 1 play, but he's got himself on the score sheet with another sack.
And I tell you, you know, we call his number with frequency, and rightfully so, because he just has a great read for the ball, a great knack off the snap to anticipate, and he's swimming his way through the blocks on the offensive line and getting into the backfield with great frequency. He's been part of those busted plays that turned into positive plays by Doherty, but Blue Devils front 4, front 7 are definitely showing some pressure on the Doherty quarterback.
Brings up a 4th down and about 12 to go. Ball around the Blue Devil 29-yard line with the Highlanders going from right to left. They got some personnel problems. They've got to swing Jaden Baxter to the far right of the formation. He'll check up on the line as Callery scans on 4th and 12. Back to pass. Callery turns blindside left. Now throws downfield. Linebacker Miles Bowers into coverage. Makes the interception at the 5-yard line. Nice downfield coverage. It's an interception there made by Miles Bowers. Beautiful play.
And I think Miles saw the wide receiver stop and look for the ball, and he turned with possession, reading the eyes of the wide receiver. Perfectly turned, and there's the ball. Great job by Miles Bowers on defense here. From a linebacker position, it looks like covering a wide receiver.
And underneath makes that pick at right around the 4-yard line. Looks like there might be an injury down on the field.
Yeah, the intended wide receiver came back to make the tackle, and unfortunately, I didn't see his number, but yeah, coming back for the tackle, I think he might have landed on his shoulder, upper body injury.
8:28 to play in the 3rd quarter, 13-7, Leominster's lead. They make a 4th down turnover play there with the interception for Miles Bowers. Meanwhile, injury down on the play, and it looks like, yeah, Bill Thomas, maybe a shoulder.
Could be a separation or a collarbone. He's in a lot of pain. We're going to have a stoppage here, I think, and this might involve an ambulance.
And Coach Sean Mulcahy coming over on the play. We won't speculate to the extent of what's going on there. We'll get more information as it comes. This is an opportunity, Bill Thomas, to talk about our mid-game adjustments brought to you by Whitman and Bingham Associates. We got kind of interrupted when we brought them up, but certainly for both teams, for Doherty, they were looking to come out of the locker room with an explosion. They got it from Callery. They drove the ball deep, and much like the rest of the night is gone for their offense, it penetrates so far, and then they can't punch it all the way through.
Yeah, and I think we got to give credit to the Blue Devils defense. They got Callery on the run on occasion. Yeah, he's turned, busted plays into positive yardage, but you can't live and die by that. And, we know their game is the pass play. We were going to put a lot of emphasis on the defensive backs. We didn't think a linebacker was going to be back in coverage, but talk about a smart play. You're reading the receiver. You see his eyes open up. He starts to reach. You turn. You got inside position. There's the ball. He made a great catch there on that interception. Let's go back to the injured player. He's up and walking off, holding his shoulder.
Yeah, Brandel Orn.
Yeah, I'm glad he's up 8. Yeah, he's been an integral part of their first half offense, and he's holding his arm close to his chest there. Hopefully he'll be okay. Might have a stinger. If it is, hopefully he'll get back on the field tonight.
After the interception, Leominster will take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 5-yard line, coming left to right here in the second half. Second half kickoff brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. On 1st down out of a gun, the snap, give it this time to Dixon. Dixon across the 5 and dragged down around the 7-yard line. Gains about 2, 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, that's where the Blue Devils got to be careful with the ball here. They got to turn over a couple 1st downs to be nice, get out from the shadow of their own goalpost, but just take care of the ball and get some field position back here, even if it results in a punt. Burn some clock, keep your defense off the field for a little bit.
Here comes that 2nd down and 8 from their own 7, shadow of their own goal line, pistol formation here. Cora on the 2nd go, snaps and gives to Dixon again. High tackle there on Dixon as he crosses the 10, taken down around the 12-yard line. Best the defender could do was go high and kind of put him in a headlock and ride him down to the ground as Dixon had already passed him on the play.
Stayed off the helmet. Going to bring up here a 3rd and short. If you call 3 short, it's right in that intermediary yardage. You can usually get 2. You're squeezing for 3, hoping for 4.
Need to push the ball to their own 15-yard line, do the Blue Devils. Shotgun set, Dixon in the backfield, 3 receivers in the formation, 2 of them on the short side. Cora the snap, the give going laterally to the left across the formation. This time it was Dixon who got the handoff, tried to turn the left corner. He was swallowed up on the play and down he went. Loss on the play will make it a 4th down and 5, and Leominster will be punting out of their own end zone once again.
Yeah, slow development sweep there, and Doherty's got some quickness on defense too. They're not just big, they got some kids that can move around there laterally, and Dixon never had a chance to get the corner, make the edge, and turn it into a loss.
Officially a gain of only 7 yards on that drive.
Santiago Rodriguez stands at his own goal line to punt. Good snap. Got some protection, angles it toward the Doherty sideline. It will hop short, cross the Blue Devil 40 and roll out of bounds around the Blue Devil 44-yard line. And that's where the Highlanders will have the football. First down and 10 at the Leominster 44, going right to left, Kate.
One of the things that you have to remember, even though the scoreboard only says that Doherty has 7 points, they've had some pretty good starting field position. Their third offensive drive of the game in the first quarter, they start on the Leominster Blue Devil 41-yard line. Their fifth offensive drive of the game in the second quarter, they started the Blue Devil 37-yard line. And now on their 7th offensive drive, yet again in Blue Devil territory, starting on the Blue Devil 44-yard line. But the Blue Devil defense doing a phenomenal job of being able to kind of hold the tide and stem the tide with only 7 points on the scoreboard.
First down and 10, Callery and a 2-gun back. Handoff for Dan Sharon. Sharon all sorts of room up the A-gap, cross the 40, 35, go 30, and dragged down around the 28-yard line. Plowing the field with blocks out in front of him. Dan Sharon found some room.
Putting those shoulders down, just running straight ahead, cradling the football. And yeah, once he gets going, he's a load, and a couple of blocks, and he's in the secondary.
How did he have the room? Holy cow. Gain of 16 on the first down play. Another first down for the Highlanders. First down at the Leominster 28-yard line. And again, the handoff from Callery. Finds some room, a little counter action from left to right across the formation. Up the field it goes, and it looked like it was Sheeran once again. They feed him. Gain of about 9. Second down, and we'll make it 2. Call it a gain of 8.
It looked like it was headed around the end there, but plants his foot, cuts it back inside his tight end or tackle out there, making an outside block. Turn that into a nice positive run.
5:40 to play here in the third quarter. Leominster with that 13-7 lead. Shotgun set, 2 backs in the backfield with Callery, 2 receivers to his left. Snap and the give, looked like they fed Sheeran again. No, this time they fed it to the off back there. It was 21 on the play. Ezra Collins on the carry.
Hello, Frank Opoku on that tackle. Did you say 21 on the carry?
21
Todd?
on the carry, Ezra Collins. One of many backs by my tally, Bill Thomas, we've seen at least 4 different running backs, if not 5, and receivers, a whole host of them.
Yeah, they're just running pretty much everybody. I think they're drawing straws over there who wants to play that position, but successful no matter who they've had back there for the most part. You know, while that was going on, I was watching the backfield. Kyle Philbin got through there after the handoff and had a little friendly meeting with Dan Sheeran and Callery. It was kind of funny, but, you know, pleasantries exchanged.
They stretch out the chains here as Doherty very close to a first down, and Bob Bonsi says, yes, they are. They've got themselves a first down at the Leominster 18-yard line. 5:16 to play in the third quarter, 13-7. Leominster's lead, defense needing yet another stand with the Highlanders threatening here. Callery stands over with Coach Sean Mulcahy and offensive coordinator Terry Wallace as he heads back in toward the huddle.
Already 2 first downs for the Highlanders in this offensive drive. This is only the 4th play of the drive coming up.
Callery will stand in the backfield with Anthony Franco as the running back in the gun to his left. 3 receivers split out in the formation. Motion man on the snap. They fake the give. No, yes, Callery will keep it himself. Callery will turn the right corner. He'll cross the 15-yard line and be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 12-yard line. Full head of steam there by the motion man. It was Demetrius Elliott as he came flying across the formation, sold that handoff to Callery, and Callery kept it and followed him around that right end.
Yeah, not only sold that one, sold the draw play too, and then takes it up the middle, does some nice dance. I tell you, Dancing with the Stars might be looking for somebody with that kind of footwork, but he showed some great footwork there, so a burst of speed, picked himself up a nice 5+ yards.
Gain of 5 officially on the play.
As the clock winds down to 4:10 to play here in the third quarter, just about 8 minutes gone by in this third quarter of action. Callery back to pass this time, looks to his left and throws to the slot. Pass is caught on the comeback route there. It's Anthony Franco with the catch. And he looks like he's got himself a first down, and a Highlander down at the back end of the play looks like Josh Brunell, the left guard, and he's been the left all everything tonight. And he's down on the field, back around the 18, maybe the 19-yard line of the Blue Devils. Didn't see what happened to him at the end of the play as the play was angling away from him downfield, but Medical teams out to respond. Clock stopped with 4 minutes straight up remaining here in the third quarter, and a 13-7 Leominster lead right now. Second half time and temperature brought to you by Chapdelaine Truck Center. The right truck can make your job easier. Chapdelaine Truck Center, selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine has the best selection of pre-owned and commercial trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A in Lunenburg or online at chaptruck.com. 63 degrees and 8:30 here on a Friday night, September the 20th. Week 2 of action. Happy to have you along with us here on the K-Zone on what is a beautiful night and a great crowd on hand here at historic Doyle Field as well. Good news there. The injury, Josh Brunell back up, walking off on his own power.
Let's chalk it up to getting the wind knocked out. He got up, you know, the trainer gave him a little pat on the chest and said, come on. Come on, he got up, walked off under his own power. Great to see.
3:50 to play here in the third quarter and counting. 13-7, Leominster's lead. A first down and goal to go for the Highlanders at the Leominster 9, going right to left. Two back set out of the gun. The snap, Callery gives it to Sheeran. Sheeran took it off of the right side of the formation, and then the pile kind of converged on him. He eventually went down to the bottom of it. It'll bring up a second down and goal after a gain of 1. Call it second and goal from the 8.
And a little different in the way that play looked. Sheeran kind of unsure of himself. No hole, dancing, shoulders up, giving the Blue Devils defense time to grab onto him and take him down for basically no gain right there, but much different looking play. Sheeran not attacking the line of scrimmage, but waiting for something to open up that wasn't there.
A second down and goal to go from the Blue Devil 8-yard line. Callery sends out the team. 4 receivers evenly split across the formation. Elliott in the backfield with him, stands at his left. Snap for Callery, backpedals. Philbin flushed him. Callery improvising, and he is sacked. Kyle Philbin set it up, and the gang finished it off. Nice play there by the defender. Kyle Philbin not accounted for in the backfield on the snap.
Well, 4 wide plus 2 in the backfield. That only leaves, 4 or 5 up front. The center's preoccupied. Philbin taking advantage of that in the backfield on the snap.
It's like there's more than one of them out there.
What, Philbins? They're everywhere.
There is indeed 51 Kyle Philbin, 33 Jack Philbin. The twins
the
out there.
Ubiquitous Philbin
I was going to say, it seems like there's a Philbin on every play.
Pick a Philbin, any Philbin.
Voshan Dixon over on
off
the near
the field
side.
here being looked at, playing defense on that play, but now off the field here being checked. His ankle, I think, needs to be retaped here.
Yeah, they're working on the tape on the left ankle of Voshan Dixon. Coaches seem like they think they know the play here on 3rd and goal. Going to the corner, downfield, jump ball in the end zone, separated from the receiver, and incomplete goes the pass.
Great job on defense there. Let's give Liam Curtin some credit there, coming off his safety position. He comes up limping, but puts a big hit out there on the wide receiver.
Colin Schoen, the 6'2", 175 junior, makes it about the umpteenth back that is in there as a receiver for the Islanders.
Did he just get off the bus? I mean, we haven't called his name all night. Clean uniform and almost makes a circus catch.
He had a lot of height on that. He out-jumped everybody.
But he had jumped long of the end zone. Defenders had closed on the play and kind of ran him out of real estate on that one over in the right sideline corner of the end zone. And here we go on 4th down and goal to go. This one at the Leominster looks like 12-yard line going right to left. The Highlanders will go for it here. 2 back set, the shotgun snap. Callery back to pass, steps up in the pocket, now rolls to his right. Hanging, buying some time, closing on him the throw. It's downfield, that looks like grounding to me, but the pass will fall incomplete. And it will be a turnover on downs forced by the Leominster defense. Pushing and shoving behind the play. There was a helmet off on the play as well. Referees closed in on that. Nothing develops. Each in their opposite direction they go, and the ball back to Leominster. Defense stands deep in their own territory.
Good job there, and once again, defense puts up a stand after it looks like it's that bend don't break, and they were on the verge of breaking there as Doherty moved down the field. You know, good job there, just chasing them out of bounds. That pass rush. Don't let them set up, and that prevailed on that series.
Indeed it did. Turnover back to Leominster, 1:46 to play here in the third quarter. They've got a 13-7 lead, and they've got the ball going from left to right. J.C. Cora calling signals. He's got trip set up to the wide side right of the formation out of a pistol. Hard count, now the snap. Give for Justice Reynolds. Reynolds bounces off an initial hit and into the pile he goes. He's stacked up and sent back. Short gain on the play, maybe 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, not much there for Reynolds. I think that Doherty defense is keen on the run here. They're not expecting Cora to put the ball up in this situation, but you never know. Blue Devils could put something, pull a trick out of the bag here. But I think it's really about ball control now, trying to secure that field position, try to avoid turnovers at all costs, and can we report Dixon's back in the field in his tailback position.
Winding down toward the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Pistol set, Dixon behind Cora. Snap, and Dixon's got the handoff. Fresh tape, hurdles a defender, now works his way out to the right numbers. He's starting to run away. Cross the 40, now midfield, angled out of bounds. Nice catch-up tackle made there by Alex Boutros to force Dixon out of bounds, but not before he gets Leominster out of the shadow of their own goal line, crosses midfield, and is out of bounds after a gain of 27 and into Highlander territory.
And if that's where fresh tape will go, let's retape everybody. But great electrifying play right there by Dixon.
They say he stepped out of bounds before midfield. They're marking him back at the Blue Devil 47-yard line. So Leominster has a 1st and 10 after the big run by Dixon, going left to right at their own 47, Kate.
That's his 14th carry on the evening. He's total 70 yards on the ground.
Pistol set, Cora, 2 claps and the snap. Gives straight up the middle of the field. They feed Dixon again, this time across the 45 and taken down at the Highlander 44-yard line on a gain of 9.
Now that A-gap's getting a little soft. Blue Devils having a nice, easy time on those last 2 attempts by Dixon, able to get right into the teeth of the defensive line of the Highlanders. That was not a place where they were able to get any production in the first half. Nice to see that A and B gap softening up for the running backs.
Yeah. JC Cora gets the signal from Coach Devin Gates. They're not going to run another play here in the 3rd quarter. They're going to change ends, and they're going to take that 6-point lead to the 4th frame. 4 fingers up in the air, final seconds off the board. Teams change ends, the all-important 4th quarter when we come back. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are on the channels of Comcast, Verizon, streaming at Leominster.tv, online as well. I want to thank the great volunteers that are out there tonight bringing us this great look, led of course by Sports Director Bradley Bedard. Keith DePerry's out there, Jane Pasco, Jack Selly, and the list goes on and on. Thank you so much for spending your Friday night with us to bring this great coverage to our viewers.
You got to love those sideline shots. You know, it's one thing to get the, the stadium shots, but you get right down there, you feel like you're part of the team, you're in the huddle. Great job by the whole crew with Leominster Television.
Final 12 minutes on the board, Bill Thomas. Leominster would like to stick a score in here.
Absolutely, but it's more about ball control. Yeah, a score would be nice. Let's just keep the ball away from Doherty's offense, give our defense a chance to get a break and burn some time.
Ball control has been the story. Radio rejoining us. Teams change ends, and we're back to Doyle Field in Leominster. As we begin the 4th quarter, and Leominster goes right to left, 2nd down and 2 to go. Cora the snap, calls his own number out of the gun, scampers his way out to the right, turns the corner across the Highlander 45, angled out of bounds right around the mark for a Leominster 1st down. The preliminary signal is a Leominster 1st down at the Highlander 41-yard line, going right to left.
And nice job by Cora there, using Dixon. You know, Dixon's having a strong night running the ball, but sometimes that ball fake, he's going to get tackled even when he doesn't have the ball, frees up Cora to put some moves on, get a 1st down, keep the drive going.
Arlie Galat looking at the sideline, trying to get some information. Meanwhile, Cora is set to snap the ball. It's 1st down and 10 from the Highlander 41. 3 receivers set, make it 4, trips out to the left. Oh. Snap, they give it to Dixon. That one's blown up in the backfield. See some gold shoes on the defenders there, and they were all over that play.
That was Jason Tribandis right there. Hello. Jumping midair and ended up on his back was Dixon. Nice strong tackle there by the Highlander.
Starting to get a little nervous pre-snap for Arlie Galat. Facing the wrong direction. I thought it was going to be another episode of You Had One Job.
That's right.
Facing the wrong direction.
Florida State receiver facing the wrong way when lining up a couple of weeks ago.
Buddy, you need to face the east end zone.
Just draw a couple of people over here.
He's good now. Yeah. He turned around. It's like a rear-facing car seat for a minute.
Indeed it was. 2nd down and 11. Shotgun set here for Leominster at the Highlander 44. Shotgun snap. Play action fake. Cora sets his feet, looks out to the left and throws through the hands of Arlie Gillot, and he gets popped for his effort. And a late flag comes out for the back judge as they stood over top and the chattering continued. That was Alex Boutros, who made a good defensive play in double coverage, and he had a chit-chat and celebrated over the top of Arlie Gillot, and it's going to cost him 15 yards on the play.
And I think he came in a little high there with a forearm, too, there. After the ball was already through Gillot's hands. We'll have to see what the call is here, but it's going to be some yardage here.
As they sort things out, Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, brought to you by Rollstone Bank and Trust, rock-solid banking since 1846. Garapi Furniture and Mattress Center, Rhino Linings of Leominster, where nothing beats a real rhino. Bolton Orchards, apple season is here. And Whitcomb Insurance, right coverage, right price.
Still discussion going on here. Officials can't make up their mind what they want to do.
I've got more for you, Bill Thomas. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone brought to you by Leominster Credit Union, your somebody. Troy Hebert Construction, your first choice for your needs. High Country Workwear, the store that works for you. And Acme Carpet One, 4 generations of quality work from your neighbors. We thank you all for your support of Leominster High School football.
And while you've been busy, the officials have decided to march off a 15-yard personal foul penalty from the line of scrimmage, it looks like.
That's Doherty's 3rd penalty on the night. They have 30 yards in penalties thus far in this one to Leominster's 50.
Coach Sean Mulcahy barking at crew chief Bob Bonsi, not happy, I think, with the results on that play.
Once again, confusing rules. Is it a spot foul? Where do you mark it? But
going to use the all but one
Blue
principle
Devils,
in the basic spot.
First down.
One day we'll explain all that with some more time. Cora on first down, the snap and the give here for Voshan Dixon. Dixon runs away from a hand tackle, still on his feet, flagged out on the play across the 20. Looked like he's down across the 15 and about the 14-yard line. He may have been down before that. If he was able to keep his feet, it was but barely. Yeah. LTV may have had a good look at it as they're down around that general region, but a flag flew out on the play, and I'm going to guess it's in the area of holding.
Yeah, out here, wide receiver, I think, trying to do a little too much there. You know, trying to spring Dixon on the edge. We'll have to see.
So if the penalty comes on a run, it's from the previous spot.
Correct.
It's a spot foul coming back
from
10.
Previous spot. So 2nd and 12.
But in this case, it was past the basic spot.
Past the basic
It was past
spot.
the line of scrimmage.
Past the line of scrimmage.
Downfield.
So the offense comes back.
It's going to be first
downfield.
and 14.
10-yard penalty enforced. First down and 14. Moves the ball back across the 30 to the 32-yard line. We're starting to get the hang of it,
It's better than 1st and 20.
Starting to get the hang.
We like that. We like that call.
Shotgun set for Cora. Dixon in the backfield with him. 4 receivers in the formation. Snap, Cora faked the handoff for Dixon, kept it himself. He got triple covered and taken down in the backfield on that one. Cora might have rolled over the football and had the wind knocked out of him. He's writhing in pain on the ground.
Yeah.
Barrel rolling around the 37-yard line. I think he landed on top of the football.
I think he did. Unfortunately, after Cora decided to keep that, he looked up and all he saw was Highlanders. He was kind of trying to escape there, but there was no escape, and he did get rolled up and pounced on. He's going to have to come out of the game for at least one play now because he's receiving medical attention. Hopefully that's all it'll be. Once again, maybe, well, let's not speculate, but hopefully just a wind knocked out of him situation.
Let's take a trip out over to Crocker Field and update this score. It's brought to you by Daewoo North Superstore. Show how easy it is to buy a quality used car in Lunenburg. At Daewoo North, fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right leads to satisfied buyers. Shop Daewoo North's virtual showroom of used cars, trucks, and SUVs online at DaewooSuperstore.com. Daewoo North Superstore, find the perfect car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. Over to Crocker Field we go. Through 3/4 of play, Tantascwa on top of Fitchburg, 14-3. That Tantascwa defense continues to stymie the Fitchburg offense, who hung in there and won an offensive battle against West Springfield last week. This is a Fitchburg team we'll see next week against Wachusett on Friday afternoon, a 4 o'clock kickoff for that one. But right now, Fitchburg trailing Tantascwa 14-3 through 3/4. Our update driven by Daewoo North Superstore.
Cora's sitting up now. I think he's just trying to catch his wind. They gave him a drink. Doherty coach out there sharing a drink with him. I tell you, that's camaraderie.
I was getting
Coach McKay out there, have a drink, kid. You know, that's sportsmanship.
Absolutely.
At its finest. That That's a picture.
coach, first-class program.
If the newspaper wants to run a picture of the game, show the opposing coach out there helping to assist an injured player. That says it all.
Absolutely. It says a lot about Coach Sean Mulcahy, his staff and program. And, of course, Coach Devin Gates was out there as well. Cora coming over to the sideline. And, of course, this is the situation that right now Leominster was preparing for.
I think he needs to be retaped.
He very well may be as he comes over to the sideline. He is indeed.
Caden Constant, number 17 for the Blue Devils, was warming up. He is coming in.
Caden Constant is the backup quarterback right now for Leominster, and he's going to take the shotgun spot.
Mom's excited. Mom's excited. We're hearing a woo from the crowd.
Not the way you want
to
see
your son
get in the game, but it is what it is.
And that's why I love high school football.
Absolutely.
Right there.
It's the moment.
Absolutely. And so Caden Constant will take the spot. Pistol formation, 4 receivers out, trips to the open side left, 2nd down and long. Constant the snap, handed off to Voshan Dixon. Defense saw that one coming, and down he goes. Back across the 35 and around the 37-yard line.
I think that A and B gap, they kind of, they fixed that.
Yeah.
Well, when you're going to a backup quarterback, you haven't seen him yet. Leominster doesn't have a backup that's played a down in 2 years' time. So, of course, you know the ball's going on the ground.
Yeah.
Sophomore backup quarterback at that.
Yes.
So.
Right.
A little inexperience out there at this level.
Which with the defense, of course, they're going to start to jump those routes. But Constant continues at the quarterback spot with J.C. Cora on the near sideline. Back to pass on 3rd and long.
Run, buddy,
Constant
run.
is going to tuck the ball and run. Loses a defender across his jersey and dragged down at the 35-yard line. It's a long and exciting gain of 1. And it'll be 4th down and long for the Blue Devils in Highlander territory. Frank Apoku was trying to keep that play alive with a block behind the play. He was slow to get up, but Apoku is making his way off to the near sideline.
Yeah, I'll tell you, tough game, and I'm watching the other sideline. Josh Burnell comes up gimpy. It's a lot of hard hitting here in the trenches, and but I think all things considered, the Blue Devils did a good job chewing up some clock. No turnovers there after losing Carr, and kind of controlling this field position game right now.
Timeout.
And now on 4th down and long, Leominster will take their first timeout of the 2nd half. Coach Devin Gates into the huddle, brings everybody together. 8:21 to play in the 4th quarter. 13-7 is Leominster's lead.
Seeing some cramping going on now.
Something we didn't see last week. It was kind of a cooler week 1, a much warmer week 2. We only lost 6 degrees from kickoff, where we were around 70 degrees. We're down to just about 63 and holding right now. So certainly a warmer week 2.
Right now, you cannot say it enough, having J.C. Cora on the sidelines. Leominster only up by 6. They are up by 1 touchdown, and remember,
and one
of the extra points was missed. It was blocked for Leominster, so it's going to be incredibly important for Leominster's defense to continue to hold up the offense of the Highlanders. Right now, it's one of those bend, don't break mentalities with 8:21 remaining in this one.
And an update here on J.C. Cora. He's got an ice bag taped to his right ankle. Looks like he got rolled up on probably. He's trying to walk it off. You know, we'll have to see, but I think his return could be in question here.
Indeed it might be, and so it's Caden Constant at the quarterback spot for the moment. He's got trips rolled out to the right of the formation. Dixon's in the backfield and 4th down and long, and they're snapping from the Highlander 35. Constant back to pass, double move. Fakes the first, 2nd down the field, and sliding, and the interception not made. Ball knocked down. Turnover on downs. Showy maneuver there by Alex Boutros, who's had his problems showing off a little bit over the last few minutes. That one he was able to knock down. He may have popped that ball up and kept it alive for a Leominster receiver to come sliding in and pick it up, and he would have had an untouched move to the end zone. Knocked the ball down.
I would like to see him catch it there. Doherty would have taken over on the 2-yard line on that interception turnover as opposed to a turnover on downs out here at the 35. He did a good job not catching that. It did Doherty a favor as
right through his hands and off the mask. Wasn't on purpose, that's for sure.
I know you like to try catch everything, you know, no matter the situation, but it worked out to Doherty's advantage that ball fell to the chart.
Football IQ, got to know where you are. Coach Devin Gates in the offense rallying around J.C. Cora on the near sideline as the Highlanders retake the field. 1st and 10 at their own 35, going left to right. Calorie goes to work. It's a double pass. First one was complete. Second one downfield, wide open. Catch made there, Jaden Baxter. There's a flag out on the play. Meanwhile, Baxter's got this ball to the Leominster 35-yard line. But there's a flag out on the play from the wing official on the Leominster Leominster sideline. But it was a beautiful double move. Calorie with the pass over to his right to Colin Schoen. Schoen with the throw downfield. He found a wide open Jaden Baxter who's going, throw me the ball, throw me the ball. He makes the catch, but the flag came out behind the play.
That was a forward pass, Todd, right there. You can see he threw it from behind the 30. He caught it on the 30. 2 forward passes. We saw that twice last week. Cora, I believe, was to one of his wide receivers. Clear laterals that turned into running plays. That was 2 forward passes. Good call by the official right there.
And a nice pickup by our friends at Leominster TV.
Absolutely.
You could clearly see that Calorie was behind and threw forward on the first pass. That's a big part of the start of that play, is that Schoen would have to get deeper to allow him to make the lateral.
And his momentum, he caught it to 30. His momentum carried him back even with Calorie, but the pass was received as a forward pass.
So as the penalty is enforced, mark the ball back across the Highlander 30 to the 27-yard line. 2nd down and long. Here's the snap, back to pass. Calorie flushed, keeping the play alive. He's going to keep it himself, ran through a block and into double coverage. Miles Bowers is going to get a piece of that one. Calorie gained a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down, still long. They got to move the ball to their own 45 for a 1st down.
Jack Philbin in there helping to blow that play up too with Miles Bowers. Good job, but let's circle back to that play. Doherty pulls out a trick play. Looks good. Unfortunately, it wasn't executed properly. You hate to have those trick plays blow up on you because I think that Blue Devils will be watching for that. They're not going to bite on that little wide receiver screen next time so quickly.
13-7, Leominster's lead. Defense puts Doherty into a 3rd down and long situation here. They'll snap from their own 29. They need their own 45 for the 1st. Calorie in a 4-receiver set, trips to the open side left. Back to pass with some time. Calorie rolls toward the trips, throws a low dart. Going low is Jaden Baxter. They say he got underneath it, and he made the catch. Did Jaden Baxter across the 35 and down around the 36-yard line. So it'll be 4th and 9. Call it manageable now from that distance. They need to move the ball to their own 45 for the 1st.
Yeah, pick up about 6 yards there. You're right. Turns it into a manageable down, but it's still going to bring up 4th and long. Looks like they're going to punt here. They're playing
lots of
field
white
position.
Jerseys flying in and out.
I would be suspicious here, and
I would
Blue
too.
Devils got to be leery. This field position, I think Doherty would give up field position here to try another trick
right
play.
now, the Blue Devils have placed this game squarely on the shoulders of their defense. They need 6.5 more minutes out of their day.
Good punt snap to Murray, and he'll send it high up in the air. They'll wait for it to hit. It will take a Leominster bounce, fielded by the Highlanders at the Blue Devil 46-yard line. So they're able to change field position to a point, put Leominster back on their own side of midfield. And so Leominster will have 1st and 10 from their own 46, going right to left. And maybe more importantly, Coach Devin Gates slaps the back of J.C. Cora, who pulls that white helmet on with the royal blue stripe. And Cora methodically will walk his way back into the huddle.
Unfortunately, I think what this is going to do is going to take Cora out of as an offensive weapon. He's going to basically, he might throw the ball, maybe a little rollout. As far as him calling his own number, that's one less weapon that the Blue Devils are going to have here the last 6 minutes and 21 seconds of this game.
6:21 to play here in the 4th quarter. 13-7, Leominster's lead on 1st down. The snap, Cora delivers the handoff. That ball may have come loose. There's a scrum at the bottom of the pile. The Highlanders have come out with the football. They're convinced it's theirs, but the officials say it's down. The ball was down and loose.
Official on the line's got his hand up, signaling 2nd down. That's all we need to see.
Did we have a Poku on that carry? Who did we have?
I didn't see who had. Dixon was in the backfield.
Dixon on the carry, on the handoff there, delayed draw.
I was going to say, a Poku's on the line, so I hope he didn't get handed the football.
No, it was Dixon. But without having Cora as a threat back there, the defense can just key on Dixon. Now, Cora's not going to roll out unless he throws, and we'll have to see if he can't loosen the defense up a little bit.
2nd and 9, their own 46. Everybody turns toward the sideline. Coach Devin Gates flashes in a signal to J.C. Cora. Dixon stands in the backfield with him. 4 receivers evenly split. Here's the snap. Give for Dixon. Dixon takes it to the right side of the formation. Cross the 45, churning his feet to the 47, go 48-yard line. Gains a significant chunk. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
William, I've had a thought.
Uh-oh.
I've not wanted to say anything in an effort not to jinx it.
However,
the Leominster Blue Devils, there haven't been any yellow things on the field going against them. all that often in this second half of play. I'm hoping that they can continue to have that momentum.
Under 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter, and Kate's thrown the yellow laundry hex out there as well. 13-7 to play here. 13-7 Leominster's lead, 4:45 to play here.
I don't believe in hexes.
3rd and 7 on the 48. Snap, there's pre-snap motion.
That's a
Dixon
live ball.
went for it. That ball's still live.
Live ball.
Flag is out on the play. Right now it's Highlander football. Leominster has stacked them up. They're going to move the flag to the 46-yard line, back to the line of scrimmage.
That's a fumble.
And now they signal Highlander football.
Yeah.
Highlander football. Now there's no flag on the play. The referee says he was looking for a marker, and he threw the yellow flag out instead. So they're waving it off.
He's got too many items in his pockets. I think he threw his beanbag earlier looking for a flag.
There is no flag on the play, says Bob Bonsi. It is a fumble and a Highlander football recovered in Leominster territory at the Blue Devil 47-yard line.
You know, we saw them pull that play out of the bag of tricks last week twice, that lateral pass. I don't know if that was going to be a running play or a double pass, but ball ends up on the turf. You got to chase that. You got to know that situation. Blue Devils just kind of stood around. Doherty had the only player around that picked it up.
1st down and 10 to go from the Blue Devil 47. Highlanders with a chance to capitalize. They're only chasing 6. There's the snap and the give to Sheeran. Defensive line converges. High-low, it's a Philbin on either end. Sandwich. One high and one low.
It's like they multiply. My
Sheeran
word.
became the meat in that Philbin sandwich right there.
Make it a 2nd down and 10 to go at the Blue Devil 46-yard line.
It doesn't get old for me, so I hope nobody is bothered by the fact that the jokes just get worse. I get excited about it, so it is what it is.
Noah Callery comes all the way in from the far sideline to the near hash as the clock winds under 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 13-7 lead for Leominster. 2nd down and 9 from the 46. Shotgun set, 4 receivers, trips to the left. Callery the snap, rolled left, now tucking and running. He's clearly improvising. He's shaking and baking his way from the Leominster defense across the 45, dragged down around the 43-yard line. It'll go for an exciting gain of about 4, but Callery once again took nothing and made it something.
I tell you, he should have been tackled 6 or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. 5 tackles later, turns it into about a 4-yard gain. Just very elusive and very aware of what's going on around on the field.
You discuss making something out of nothing. He's done that on 12 occasions tonight. He has 74 of the 139 yards rushing for the Doherty Highlanders. So that's a lot of something he's made out of a whole lot of nothing.
And those 74 yards, I'm going to give him 60 of improvisation. And he's not calling his own number, but he's using his legs to his advantage.
Bill Thomas with the SAT words out here on 3rd down and 5. Back to pass Callery. Looks left, swings it out. Pass is complete for Anthony Franco, but the defense is there. Voshan Dixon closes the edge and forces him back.
Yeah, but you know, I'm trying to get a number, and I think that's 26 out there that just, yes, that is who's out there. Justice Reynolds just blew up the blocker out there, the wide receiver, and fought through it to make that initial contact.
An update from over at Crocker Field. Mike Pellin checking in with us. Opening night of the 2019 season at Crocker Field. Tantascwa has increased their lead 17-10 over Fitchburg. 5:34 to play in the fourth quarter.
Huge fourth down
here comes a fourth down play.
Huge fourth down.
Highlanders going to go for it in Leominster territory at the Leominster 41. On 4th and 4, back to pass. Callery steps up in the pocket, throws short and incomplete. Tried to get underneath it there. Did Brandel Orn, and that pass is ruled incomplete.
Brandel Orn, back on the field too after that earlier game injury. I've been looking for him. First time I've seen him out there. Looks healthy, but just an ill-timed pass, but a lot of pressure by the Blue Devils defense. You know, that wasn't just a badly thrown pass. That was a pressure pass that couldn't be completed.
And they continue to be the heart and soul of this Blue Devil team. This defense continues time and time again to come up with the big play when they need it, Kate.
You talk about that. Last 2 offensive possessions for Doherty. Leominster has held them to a 3-and-out on both of them. This fourth quarter has absolutely been defined by the Leominster Blue Devil defense. They need 1 minute and 57 seconds, more of it from them.
And Cora back at the quarterback spot once again. The snap and the give. This time it's Bryant Cordero. Second time we've seen him in the game. First touch of the football, cross the 40 and down at the Leominster 43-yard line.
get some fresh legs in there. I think good move here by the Blue Devils coaches.
And the Highlanders, I believe, took their first time out here of the second half. So it'll be second down, about 7 to go. They can stop the clock 2 more times, and that is all.
First down away from a victory here, but let's see. It's coming up with second down. They got to find a way to squeeze out 8 yards here in these next 2 plays. I tell you, Kate, I think I'm sold on your Blue Devils defense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At the top of the hour, you are listening to WPKZ, AM 1280 and 105.3 FM in Fitchburg. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, and Kate Robbins for WPKZ tonight here from historic Doyle Field. Happy to have you along with us as this has been a dandy of a football game. Back and forth. Defense has been the name of the game for Leominster, and the Highlanders' defense hasn't been that bad either. Just 20 combined points, 13-7 Leominster's lead, 1:52 to play here in the fourth quarter.
You know, it's interesting, critical time here, and you know, we see Dixon on the sideline, Cordero out there playing the fullback slash tailback position. And the Blue Devils offensive coordinator is not afraid to mix and match here, showing us a lot of confidence in the offense.
Noticing a Philbin leaving the field. Jack Philbin is leaving the field with ice around his hand, and he appears to be done for the night. Bryant Cordero, meanwhile, has got that first down yardage and more. Across midfield, across the Highlander 40 and out of bounds at the Highlander 39-yard line. Bryant Cordero rumbles for 18 yards and a Blue Devil first down.
And how does a kid that big with that short of legs make the edge like that against taller, faster, and beat him? Yeah, I mean, that is confidence from the offensive coordinators, the play calling to put him out there. He hasn't really been effective on offense tonight. He's been out there. He's been showing up on defense a little bit, but fresh legs and see what you got.
Doherty's defense has been impressive up the gut, but they hadn't set that outside edge. Leominster hadn't really tested it all game long. Tested there with the stout legs of Cordero and pickup of quite a few.
Cordero in the back of the pistol formation, core of the snap, give it to him again. Forward Cordero goes and he rolls over Kyle Philbin, who was lead blocking for him on the left edge. And that'll be no gain on the play, so call it second down and about 10 to go. Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, brought to you by North End Subaru, a stellar performer dealer. Whitman and Bingham Associates, where experience is in the name. And Chapdelaine Truck Center, the right truck can make your job easier.
Timeout on the field here.
Timeout Doherty.
Doherty's second.
Doherty has 1 timeout remaining with this new rule from the Federation. 3 full timeouts per half. Doherty has used 2 of their 3. Leominster with 2 remaining in this second half.
The math tells me that the Blue Devils are going to need another first down. Doherty still has a timeout, so they could force the Blue Devils to punt or have to go for it on 4th down if it comes down to that.
Assistant coach Terry Walls for Doherty in the face of one of the officials on the field, and now he's going after Bob Bonsi, the white hat. Not happy.
I got to tell you, I'm watching J.C. Core, and he is hurting out there. He is limping badly.
Yep.
You know, he's reduced to just taking the snap, but he's out there. He's a trooper. He wants to take the snaps.
Leader of this team.
And that's what the leader does.
And lead he continues on second down and 11, snapping from the Highlander 39. Give this time look like Dixon. Dixon had a defender roll over his back at the tail end of that play, but he gained a couple of positive yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
See which way we go here. I have confidence if they decide to have Cora put the ball up here, but I think they're going to keep it on the ground, take their chances, punt away, create a long field, and put this game in the hands of your defense. It's going to be under a minute to go. Doherty trying to save their last time out here, so they can use it offensively. I don't know about this move. They're burning up 40 seconds here off the clock just to save a timeout. That's a tough 40 seconds to eat right there.
Leominster content to let it tick.
Absolutely.
Tick.
Under 10 seconds on the play clock now. Not seeing the pump from the back judge, and there's the flag for the delay of game.
Not a problem, because even if you punt here,
Well, it was third
Field
down.
position.
They could have ran a play.
Yeah.
J.C. Cora is correctly making a note here that he did not see the count off from the back judge, and the new Federation mechanics say they're supposed to signal 10 seconds and then chop the last 5 seconds of the count. He was looking for it. We were looking for it. It never came from the back judge. He held it up and dropped it down.
By JC.
He is correct about that. He's 100% right. New mechanic that came with the Federation rulebook, something he was looking for clearly to know where the play clock was, and he didn't get it. Third down and long now. The handoff is for Voshan Dixon. Found some room across the 40. Dragged down shy of the 35 at the Highlander 36-yard line. And so it'll bring up a Blue Devil fourth down and about 6 to go in Highlander territory. Perhaps you play field position here. You punt and try to pin him?
Well, interestingly enough, I think what that penalty did was it forced the Highlanders there to use their last timeout. But, yeah, I think you got to punt. You got to put this in the hands of your punter right here. I tell you, you don't want to give Doherty a short field, even though the defense has been playing great. However, do you want to put this pressure on your rookie punter? You're talking about, 3 phases of the game there, the snap, the punter catching the ball, the blocking. This is a tough call for the coaches right here, and this is why they get paid, and we're up here speculating. I'm saying, what do you
Monday
think?
Morning quarterbacks, right?
That is part of the job.
Well, that happens after whatever they try to do might not turn out the way you hope but I think they're going to go for it here.
These next 44 seconds are truly going to be about execution on behalf
of
the
Blue Devils. This play right here, I think they're going to. It looks like they're going to go for it right here. I see Cora's and Dixon
coming back out.
I think this is.
I don't think you're going to see anything fancy though.
No. I'm looking for Dixon here. But this could be a defining moment right here early in the season.
Indeed, it could be. Here comes a fourth down, 7 to go. They need to move the football to the Highlander 29-yard line for a first down. Pistol set here. Dixon behind Cora, trips at the open side right of the formation. Looks like everybody showing up front for Cora, and the Highlanders, like they're all coming. Looks like he's got a potential blitz, 10 seconds out. And now the snap. Stands flat-footed. Cora looks up the seam through the hands of the tight end, Darian O'Brien, and it's a turnover on downs on the incomplete pass.
All right.
Highlanders still have a life. 40 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. They're chasing just 6. They need the end zone, and they've got themselves a tie football game with a chance for a point after to win that football game.
Let's reset, though. Chasing 6, 30, what are they, on the 36-yard line? No timeouts for Doherty. Long field here, 64 yards away. Time for the Blue Devils defense.
Defense is going to be tasked with winning this game.
And it's all about up front. You got to put some pressure, a sack here. No timeouts for Doherty. You got to get out of bounds.
It's been all about defense for Leominster, and no drive bigger than this last one. Back to pass, Callery. Callery looks out to the left, hits the comebacker complete in the hands of Brandel Orn. He falls across the 50 and down at the Leominster 48-yard line. It's a first down for the Highlanders. 33 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Callery barking signals here. He's going to clock this one potentially.
I'm not too sure about that.
He sends trips out to the right of the formation. He's awfully deep to clock it, I'll say that. Everybody moved. There was people moving on both sides of the ball. There's a flag out on each side of the field now.
Wow, that was a mess.
It looked like the left side of the Highlander line moved, but did the Leominster defense step forward first? They say it's procedure against the Highlanders. 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15, back across midfield to their own 47-yard line.
They wind the clock.
And so it runs to 20 seconds on Callery's snap. Callery uncorks down the left side of the field. Brandel Orn makes the catch, slips away from the first defender, cross the 10, gag tackle down, shy of the end zone at the 1-yard line. The Highlanders have the ball, a 47-yard strike from Callery to Orn. They've got to clock it here with 12 seconds to play here in the fourth. Under center, Callery, he'll spike the ball. They'll have 2nd down and goal to go from the 1-yard line. What a sequence of plays.
Wow, what a pass play on the run there by Callery. Hit him in stride. Who was the receiver, Todd? I didn't even get the receiver's number.
It was Brandel Orn again.
Wow.
Orn on back-to-back plays out of this game with an injury in the early part of the second half. Back in and has 2 of the biggest catches of the night with the potential injury he's playing with.
And once again, somehow dragged down at the 1-yard line there.
Here comes the Blue Devil blue wave. The crowd has released. It looks like Pamplona, the running of the Bulls, and down they go. They're going to try to back up their defense, who's on the 1/2-yard line. 11 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. 13-7 Leominster's lead. You want to talk about a big defensive series. Here it comes.
Wow. I mean, they're going to get one shot at it here. They're not going to have time for 2 plays unless they throw the ball. Have to see what Doherty does here.
Who wants it more? 1 yard of the field will determine this football game. Callery the snap, give it to Sheeran. He found some room off the left side, and Sheeran's in the end zone. Wow. We got a tie football game with 7 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 13.
What a turn of events. Injured player comes off the bench, makes a big catch.
Make it 2.
44-second drive. Coming down to a point after right here.
The point after will decide this football game. Max Hannes, 1 of 1 tonight on Doherty's previous touchdown. A chance to win the game.
That was a gutsy call by Doherty there, calling a run and play. It was all or nothing right there.
Anthony Franco holds Max Hannes to kick. Snap, ball down. Leominster converge, the kick is up, and it is through. And the Highlanders begin to celebrate. Still 7 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. And on Hannes' completed point after, it's Doherty 14 and Leominster 13. Dejection in blue and white on the near sideline.
I tell you, one big play there, 2 big plays off of that incompletion. You know, but they give Doherty a lot of credit. They made the plays when they had to. Callery, as promised, came through as expected by Doherty fans, not by us, but everything that he was heralded coming into the game, he just showed right there in the last 44 seconds.
He has been everything promised and then some.
But, you know, we can't take away what Brandel Oren has done here. You know, coming off the field with that injury, holding his shoulder.
Lots of chaos here. They're waving. Leominster actually went out on the wrong side of the field. The Highlanders ran out of the wrong side of the field.
Here.
Lots of confusion going on down to the final 7 seconds of this football game. Remember, Leominster opened the game with a Caden Constant 85-yard return deep into Highlander territory. This time, they got to take it all the way to the house.
Fully expecting some type of squib kick here. Try to get the player on the ground with the ball.
Hands team in for Leominster up front, forming a little arc across the 50-yard line. Ball on the tee, 40-yard line at our left. On the approach, Arbfer Payabo is flagged. There is a flag down on the play. Coach Sean Mulcahy and staff are apoplectic over on the far side. It's procedure against their kicking team, so they'll move them back 5 yards. It's a chance for Leominster to move up 5 yards on the play, and they'll re-kick it again, still with all 7 seconds showing on this one. Confusion on the near sideline as the Blue Wave, who went down to try to play defense with their team, now trying to come upfield with their offense. Lots of confusion out here. I've never seen anything like it before.
Well, lots of back and forth here, but I tell you, the action that's happened here in the fourth quarter, second half. You know, for a low-scoring game, we've had a lot going on, both sides of the ball, both ends of the field.
Ball on the tee, 35-yard line to our left. Pabo with the kick. Low squib. Leominster falls on top of it at their own 40.5-yard line.
Gets a play. We'll get an offensive play here.
Still all 7 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. It is official here at historic Doyle Field. 14-13. Doherty's lead right now. What a comeback drive led by a junior leader in Noah Callery. The question will be, will it stand up? Can Leominster threaten with a hobbled quarterback? With Voshan Dixon potentially nursing an injury? Can they convert with just 7 seconds remaining here from their own 40-yard line going right to left? Shotgun set this time. Cora in the backfield with Reynolds. The snap. Cora's got a little bit of time. Sets goes underneath. Pass is complete. They fake the give. Now they will continue to roll it to the outside. It's Liam Curtin. Curtin slips away from a defender at the 45. The game is over. The tackle is made. Down he goes. This ball game is official. Highlanders tumble salting over on the far sideline in celebration. They know they stole one here. Trailing from halftime on, They come back in the waning seconds, under a minute to play, punch the ball in for a touchdown after 2 big pass plays to an injured Brandell Orn, and it's a big Doherty Highlander victory here at Doyle Field tonight.
I tell you, hard-fought game right down to the final seconds. You know, both teams should be very proud of the way they performed tonight. You know, a fortunate injury is J.C. Cora there hampered his ability to run the offense at the end, but let's give Doherty all the credit. They've come up with the big plays there in that 44-second drive when they needed them, and that pays off with a win here, 14-13.
14-13, Doherty is a victor. Thank you so much for being a part of this one tonight, wherever you joined us, whether it was on AM 1280, 105.3 FM, or streaming live at WPKZstream.com. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, it's your time now to turn on the radio and come on over, because we're not done yet here from Doyle Field. Lots to break down and talk about this Doherty win tonight and heartbreak for the Blue Devils in just week 2 of the season. Post-game show coming up on the K-Zone. AM 1280, 105.3 FM, WPKZstream.com. Be with us for that one. Facebook Live not going to be up tonight. We can tell you, experiencing some technical difficulties with that. We'll hope to get that for you in week 3 of action. Once again, want to thank the great folks of Leominster TV being with us. Replays throughout the week and weekend in the live Coach's Corner Monday night at 6 o'clock on the channels of Leominster TV. We thank all of you so very much. For Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins, I'm Todd Robbins. So long to those of you joining us on Leominster TV. Join us for the post-game on the K-Zone next. It's Doherty 14 and Leominster 13. Post-game show coming up. You're listening to Leominster High School football on the K-Zone, WPKZ.